Hello, my dears. Great to have you. I am glad to be here, my friends. How are you doing? Yes, that is the rebel path. Hey, handsome. Hello, Julian. Pablo, great to have you with us. Galaxy upon, nice 3D man. VG Silverhand, hello. How was the last week, my friends? How was the last week for you? Tell me. I hope that everyone watched the 20th anniversary stream. Because on the stream, as I mentioned last time that it's going to be amazing, and it was Marcin Przybyłowicz on the stream for the anniversary for the Hearts of Stone, and I hope you have watched it. It was really awesome. It was really cool. Marcin was talking about his choices and so on regarding like some instruments and so on. For instance, like why he actually has picked like accordion as one of the instruments for I think Blood and Wine. A pretty interesting story. I actually didn't know that. So that was a cool thing to learn. You know, there's like always so many things that are like unique and specific for our work that I find out about them only like reading about it or learning about it from the press, you know, sometimes when they make like a deeper interview with a given developer. Because like, you know, in a daily work, I'm not talking to Marcin about his accordion choices, you know, as you can imagine. So it was really awesome actually to see and hear Marcin speak about that stuff. And I hope you have really watched the stream and been there. I actually saw some of you on the chat, and I really appreciate that you've been there. Yes, I see Paweł, hello in the chat. Machiavelli, great to have you with us. Kazuliski, thank you for chipping in as always. Kazuliski, Kamil Cesaro is always with us. Rocker Girlfriend. Roma, hello Roma, great to have you with us, and thank you for watching the stream. I saw you on the chat actually. Hello Grindera. So the next thing I actually wanted to touch is the community meetup. So the community meetup is happening 6th of August, isn't it? I think it's 6th of August. It's like next Saturday, right? It's next Saturday. And like some of you who are here on the chat are already invited for it. I know that Kruszewicz is coming for sure. I know that Cyberware is coming for sure. And I wanted to mention that, that my dear Sapphire is also coming. Actually, she got an email last week, I think, was it? That she's invited as well. So I'm really happy, actually, because Sapphire is going to be with me, and we are going to be together there. So we're going to actually meet all of you chums there, which I think is awesome. Babsonovska, thank you so much for the sub, my friends. My friend Babsonovska wrote, hello, can finally make it, missed you all much. Hope you have fantastic Sunday. We hope Babsonovska had great time on kayaks, right? Because I think this is what you've been doing. We've been talking about you actually when you were not present, so, but nothing important, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yes, great to have you, Babsonovska, with us. Kruszewicz asks, "Are you coming?" Though, yes, I am. I am like, I would say like 90%. I would say, because like it's not, like things can change on the organization side. So I just hope that everything goes well. But it seems it will. So yes, I will be there on the community meetup most likely with you, which I'm actually really excited for. I have been on the community meetup Last time it was like, I think 10 years of the Witcher franchise or something. I think it was like 2018 when we had something like this in Warsaw office. And at the time it was like 20, 30 people maybe. I'm not sure. Like I hope that maybe some of you have been there. Kruszowicz asked, do you remember me? Oh God, I mean, I do not know, Kruszowicz, how your face looks like. So like, maybe I do, but I cannot attach the nick to the face. You know what I mean? Oh, I was there in 2017. Oh, you were? Okay. Oh, well, I mean, so I will probably recognize you then. I'll probably recognize you then when we'll see each other at the place. Will the Moon, great to have you on the chat with us. So Will the Moon asks, how much time you played do you have on Cyberpunk? Pavel, hello everyone. Will the Moon, well, I mean, on the stream, we are 185 hours in, and that is like 30% of a main story, something like 50% of the biggest side quest, maybe slightly more, and like I would say 70% of open world content. I think this is basically where we are. So I think it looks like it should be like around 250 hours when we are done with Cyberpunk. I'm not sure, maybe 240. I mean, we'll see really, because like sometimes it goes quick and smooth, and sometimes it doesn't when I die fucking constantly. So you know how it is, troops. So yeah, how it is. Yes, now we are playing something specifically for one of our friends in the chat, who we all know. Yes, Camille. I'm glad you like The Outsider No More. I like it too a lot, I have to say. Pablo asks, Pablo, I have a very important announcement. Okay, Pablo, let's listen to the announcement. So Pablo says, my PC is back from repair. I'm ready for patch 1.69 to test it like no one before. I'm glad, Pablo. That's great. We have a green light on your side. That is fantastic news. I'm glad about your. I'm glad that your PC is back from repair. Okay then, my friends. I'm just. My friends, I'm just checking at the chat. CQB02RMSE8RI. I love your guys' nicknames, very creative. Another stream, another question from me is Q21 Pirates. What was the backstory for Śliwierz Kości and what happened between him and Brynjolf? I know that Śliwierz became wounded and Geralt had to choose to either kill him or show mercy and provide anesthetic and giant blind human living among dogs. Sounds to me like the result of a curse. Oh God, what? And the question is, I know what happened between him and Brynjolf. My friend, so that's the thing. I designed that quest and I don't remember this. I honestly have no idea. I don't know, Brynjolf was fighting him or something, like, we are talking like, shit from like 2012. And it's like such a specific detail, like I really don't remember, my friend, what was there exactly at the time, what I actually intended to do there. I don't remember, but that's a quest I designed, so I should technically speaking remember, but holy shit, I don't. Like, that's just so... That was so a long time ago. Punky Wizard asks, hi Pavel, is FF06B5 a reference to the Fear Factory? I mean, my friend, as I mentioned multiple times in the chat before, I cannot comment on this. Or rather, I don't want to comment on this. I would say it like this. Because I don't want to give you guys hints, like it's part of fun. It's a part of fun that, you discover everything yourself, I'm not going to say anything regarding this. Franzuzik Ghost. asks, will there be a celebratory anniversary Cyberpunk 2077 stream? I mean, if you're asking about the company stream, then I'm not aware about the plans. So I really don't know. Who knows what will be done for that time, my friend. When it comes to us, I mean, well, you know, here on the streams, we had an anniversary stream half a year ago, right? In like it was, I don't remember, that stream was at 15th of December or something like this, you know, so it was like close to the release. And yeah, it was pretty cool. I think, like, I mean, I would love to do something again, but you know, we'll see, you know, how we are with the time and everything. I don't want to promise anything yet, at least because I didn't think about it much, to be honest, at this point. So Garderson asks, hello Pavel, I have two questions about Cyberpunk. Will there even ever be a new edition of the game that includes all the free DLCs and upgrades and expansions, an expansion on the disc for PlayStation 4, 5, Xbox One Series and PC? My English is not good, sorry. Don't worry, my friend, your English is totally fine. I think we completely understood your question. My friend, this is a question about just future releases of the games, or like re-releases and stuff, and as you can imagine, I cannot comment randomly on things like this on the stream, because it's a huge and important news, you know, to share something like this. So I unfortunately cannot say anything about it, my friend. Like, as soon as there will be any updates, we'll, you know, officially talk about it. You know how it is. That guy Carolina, interesting nickname, my friend, asks, hi Pablo, I have a question. Did Judy and Evelyn ever date? How old is Judy? Well, I mean, so the question if they ever date, like, we have actually hinted some things in the game, but not really stated it too clearly for the fans to speculate, so I would prefer to keep it like this, I would say, as a speculation. It was done, of course, consciously like this. It's not an effect of just random decision, I would say. And when it comes to the how old is Judy, I mean, we've been that question was also asked in the stream before, and I said she's like between 21 and 25. I don't think we have ever like specifically specified exact like year, but that was like our range of the references when it comes to visuals and voice actresses, and also like when it comes to hair. I would say, I'm missing English word here. When it comes to depiction of how adult she is when it comes to her behavior, you know. So I would say she's more towards 25 than 21, but that was always just the range that we've been actually in between. I'm not aware about like any really a very specific date, you know, regarding her birthday. Lutherson. Hello, Lutherson. Good to have you with us on the chat. So Lutherson asks, do you know roughly when the next major patch is going to be released? I mean, my friend, I obviously do know, but I obviously cannot tell you. You know, this is how it works, my friend. I mean, what I'm supposed to tell you. Chum. I do know, but I cannot tell you anything. So, like, this is just way too important, you know. This is just way too important for me to just like drop that news randomly on the chat. You know how it is. Oh God, I'm so behind. Cybercaldos, thank you so much for the sub, my friend. Meet to Marquis. Meet to makers. Meet your makers. Meet your makers. That's the name. Meet your makers, thank you so much. Meet your makers, thank you so much for being with us here. Okay, Jesus Christ, I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Cybervesna, I have another question about Hanako. We know that her hand cyberware has something to do with Raynaud's disease common with pianists. But the rest, arms, legs, looks like are following human artillery system. Is it actually the case? Is it some time of cooling for her netrunner needs? Oh God, like Cyber Vesna. So you're on the money. You're pretty much on the money with the disease, with the pianist, with the fingers. That is definitely accurate. But I think the rest is actually really decoratory. So like it's the same as, imagine that someone has a birthmark, you know, on their skin. And when that birthmark is in a very specific spot, they're getting, let's say, a tattoo, you know, to cover that. But to make sure that the tattoo is not an obvious cover-up, what you do, you are actually trying to design it more holistically, you know, to be more of a decorative element rather than just a cover-up. And that is pretty much what all tattooists are doing. So in here, in case of decorative cyberware, there was like pretty much a similar thought, which is that you know, at the point when she actually needed it, then there is just the then the next thing is basically designing it in a with aesthetics in mind and making sure that actually, you know, it all looks well, you know, on her. And I would say that that is as much as I know, you know, about that specific choices. To be completely honest, I do not know about what you said. You know, regarding the artillery system and so on. That is something we would have to ask our character art team. And, you know, like, there is a high chance it is exactly as you said. But as I mentioned, I really don't know, to be honest. Could be, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, actually, to have it like this. My friends, before we actually move on to more questions and so on, I just wanted to mention our dear Reds and moderators on the chat. So right now, you know, as I mentioned, we have our dear Sapphire with us. Yes, I hope that you are going to meet me and Sapphire on our community meetup. That will be amazing. We have also on the chat Muzzy. Muzzy is our art QA lead. Thank you so much, Muzzy, for being here. I'm not sure if Muzzy said anything on the chat. I'm not. I hope that I'm not bringing him to the blackboard. You know, basically calling him out. There's a bunch of other Reds who are lurking, so I'm not going to call them out on top of Muzzy. Now, my friends, as I mentioned, every time when you have any of the Reds on the chat speaking, they will have the diamond icon on the chat. And I wanted to mention one thing. So, there was also something called, oh God, I hope that I remember the name of the event right. Was it called Otakon? I think it was called Otakon, and that was like a anime event in US that happened like, I think Otakon. Yeah, it happened just recently, and our dear friend and our dear moderator, Kogito, actually decided to go there. Kogito just packed his stuff and actually flew to basically see the first episode of the Edgerunners. Because, like, I don't know, some of you may know that our dear friends from Trigger have been showing the first episode of Edgerunners already, and then they're in first event, and then in one of the events and panels, and right now there was an Otakon as well, where that first episode was also viewed. I've seen the pictures from the room that Kogito posted on his Twitter, like, just the room was full of people, and I saw that Kogito wrote that he loved the show, which I'm really glad, because I watched it. So I didn't watch the whole thing though, because, like, I didn't want to break the experience and pleasure of watching the whole thing, but I had to watch some of it to basically know what's going on. So I know exactly what Kogito was watching, so it was actually fun. Anyway, I just wanted to mention it because, like, you know, Kogito's always with us here. You know, all of you know him, so I just wanted to mention him right now. And I know that right now, like, he's in transit, so he's traveling. That's why he is not with us right now and today. But I just wanted to mention him. Conin42 asks, have you found Merkman's car in your playthrough? Yes, I did. Anyway, awesome car and nice find. I am a Merkman, Conin wrote. Yes, Conin, I'm definitely a Merkman. You know, I'm vengeance. You know, when we are playing Cyberpunk, this is exactly how I play. I play like vengeance. Detroit Become Human 77, a very interesting nickname. Hello, my friend on the chat. Pavel, do you believe the romance activities with our characters like Panam, Judy, Reaver, and Carrie are definitely a highlight in Cyberpunk universe? Well, I mean, the deep interactions with people are like one of the most exciting things for me. And doing and designing and implementing and crafting those deep interactions with people for you is actually something that I really, really like. And I know from, you know, other devs and leads and directors in our studio that actually a lot of people do like that. And I dare to say that we do it quite well. You know, I still think that it's possible to make it much better. There's like a lot of space to do that. And I'm really, like, I love those moments because, like, there's very little games that really do it well and really, like, do it deeply and can actually depict it like a real person. And, like, I remember when we were streaming together, and do you remember, guys, this moment when we were with Panam and she put her legs on V's legs? And of course, you know, we are playing as female V in this case, so that was just a friendly gesture, kind of. You know, when you're a male V, it's a bit more telling, I would say. But still, those moments when you have this very close interactions with people are so amazing and they're so natural, and I just love those. So I definitely agree that, like, those close moments and deep interactions are important and are, like, probably like one of the highlights of the game. You use the word romances, and it's interesting because, like, I think that in the game you do not have to have a deep interaction being a romance right away to make it very deep and mature, you know. And like, what's exciting for me when it comes to work, you know, that we are doing, and my work as a game dev is, like, actually just, you know, being able to depict and build and create those really realistic interactions and situations and moments with those characters, while not always maybe just going towards romance and sex, you know, right away. And I think the romances definitely, like, I definitely like them. We definitely paid a lot of attention to making them well. But I think there's a lot of space, you know, even beyond romances, you know, just making, like, friendship, you know, and all kinds of, like, I would say antagonistic interactions, even deep interactions, you know, like this. I personally think that there's so much space to make those things really well, you know. And I would just, I don't know, I would just love us to, like, really learn how to do those things well, because, like, there is a reason. Like, I'll just, guys, tell you a story. So, like, I very much like, you know, clicking on Cyberpunk tag on Twitter and just going over, like, recent posts and so on, right? And there is so much about characters, so much, you know, like, literally, like, all the virtual photography and everything that people write about the characters they like, everything around it is, like, every single post in some ways is about the characters. Sure, it's sometimes not about their personality or relationship and so on, but it's about the relationship. And you know, let alone the fact that I just clicked that tag, you know, and the ton of stuff is just porn, you know, because people are so drawn to those characters that naturally they create content like this as well, which I guess is quite natural, to be honest. That it is like this, but I'm actually really excited, you know, about like making amazing characters in our games and really deep interactions with those characters. B Maverick, interesting nickname, my friend. Hello in the chat. Great to have you with us. Disaster Pieces wrote, I've got a little over 400 hours on the PS4 Pro, and I've been noticing features that my version wasn't supported, like car chases. Is it a glitch, or is the Pro version a different build than the base PS4? No, I don't think so, my friend. I mean, that's the thing. It's just like, it really depends what you mean, but I don't think so. But to really like answer your question 100% accurately, I would have to say, see exactly what you're talking about, what is the feature, what you're pointing at, and then I will be able to tell. Like, in general, no, like there should be parity in most cases. So, I mean, I think the simplest explanation is like, I don't think you have just simply found that given content before, you know, and it could be, it could be simply that's the reason, you know. I would assume so. Hello, Muzzy. Great to have you, my friend, on the chat. I see that Muzzy is speaking. Oh, I made it almost in time. Hello, everyone, and Pavel. Hello, Muzzy. Great to have you with us. I was actually already welcoming you on the chat, my friend, because I've seen you on the list of the viewers. Great to have you with us. Chivok, hello. Chivok is our customer support engineer. Hello, Chivok. Great to have you with us. Could this be a chill Pavel? Yes, it could. Interesting. Yes, I think it is quite chill, Pavel. Hello, Ayano. Ayano is our UI producer. Hello, Ayano. Great to have you with us. Ayano's also a moderator. Ayano's helping very often here with the modding. And I'm really grateful for that. Ayano's also streaming, my friends. And if you will look at my recommended streamers, you can find her there. Right now, I think mostly Destiny 2 and Horizon. So I encourage you to check it out. Okay, my dears, I see that there's a bazillion questions already. King Glevy said, which game are you rooting for to win GOTY this year? God, my friend, I am worried that I am way too uninformed right now to make the call and to tell you. You know, I'm still playing Disco Elysium / Zelda. So Zelda on Switch, Disco Elysium on PC. So, you know, I'm because I take like long time with games. So I can't tell. Like, I think, is the new God of War coming this year? I think it is, right? Do I remember it correctly that the release is in November? Because I believe that it is actually November. And if that's the case, then I think it may take the Game of the Year. But, you know, again, like, I didn't play the game. I didn't see it. I'm excited. I know some people from the team. I'm really excited, actually, for the game. I love the first God of War. I actually love the first God of War, to be completely honest. I do not own PS5, though. So, you know, I'm just the PS4 Pro peasant. So I you know, thankfully, my dear Sapphire does own PS5, but I do own PS4 Pro. So I will see. You know, I'll probably get the game for PS4 Pro and try to play it and see, you know, how it looks like on PS4 Pro. So Yes, and when I mentioned PS4 present, I was just referring to PS5, that I would love to have a PS4, PS5, but again, I don't have time to play, the games that I already have, so it's just, I was not even attempting to buy it, at least at this point, Papuccino asks, do you think this apartment was used well narrative-wise? You said that was the reason for original idea of not implementing multiple apartments. I mean, well, so there's a few things, Papuccino. The first moment, the first, I would say, presentation, first scene, the strong scene, when Johnny appears. Don't want to spoil it, however, we all probably played that moment already many times. That moment was very important narratively, so that was... So that is basically, I guess, an answer in a way partially to your question. That apartment there was used, but you know how it is, Papuccino, is like you can always do things better. For instance, like I've heard people in our players saying that they wish that you could like invite friends or invite your romance partners to your place or to one of your places, right? And yeah, I agree. Like that would be a great thing to have as well, So that's the thing. There is always something that you wish you would like still I don't know how to call it, like expand, when you build your game. That's always the case. That's always the case, that you can like just simply do things better and build them better, So I would say that apartment was used fine, like especially when it comes to the introduction of Johnny in that first moment and so on. There are a few other things like like the cat, iguana. There are your computer with the emails that you get. There are things like your stash, your mirror, all of those things there. So like I would say some home appliances, some utilities. So on that front, I guess so, but you can always say that it can be done better. Revolver asks, are there currently many devs in the studio who left it once, worked in another studio but came back later? What are the usual reasons for such comebacks? I mean, there's a bunch of cases like this, Revolver, and it actually happens quite regularly, I would say, that people leave and then come back. I mean, the usual situation, the usual comebacks are simply like people who left, who started working when they were juniors, and they have never really experienced work in any other studio but ours. And they decide to, okay, I want to try something else. I want to actually check out, how it is outside, how other maybe production methodologies work, or, different managerial structure, or simply work on a different IP, So there are situations when people decide to go and check it. And the question was, what are the reasons for the comebacks? Well, in most cases, it's basically that when people realize that we have the saying, that the grass is greener in your neighbor's pastures, so that it always seems so that grass is greener in your neighbor's pastures, and you come back because at some point when you experience that, you realize that it's not really greener, that it just seems so. So that is the most, I would say, the most important, I would say, factor. You just go, you as a dev, especially when you're young, you just didn't experience it before. So you just go, you realize, okay, I get it, I understand how it was, how it is, and people are often decide, okay, I'm actually going back, because of many reasons. But I would say, I think those are the main important things. The creative aspect, so the IPs, so Witcher and Cyberpunk are really, really, how'd you say it? Intriguing, interesting. Like, they're very cool to fucking work on. So naturally, people also, come back because of that. Yeah. But it's an interesting question, Revolver. I would probably have to like spend a bit more time, discussing with these specific people that came back to actually really know, Yeah. Oh, exactly. Ayana wrote on the chat right now. I literally wanted to write the greener grass. Sometimes people get a better offer, even though the offer initially is better, than the reality can be much worse after all, and people realize it was better earlier. Yeah, exactly. It's just like sometimes you kind of have to test it on your own skin, kinda. So that's basically, you just have to kind of check it on your own back, how it feels, and then, and then you go back, Voitas wrote, I prefer Xbox, not PlayStation. I mean, I do not. I do not care really about the platforms. I'm glad we can play games. Pablo wrote PC Master Race. Okay, Pablo, if you say so. If you say so, my friend. 33 Dream wrote, hi Pavel, original Cyberpunk score is so great, especially in emotional scenes. Do music composers get the script off scene, or they have rough visuals to work with? Oh, that's a great question, my friend. So normally the way it works is actually like, first of all, we discuss things with our composers early, so they kind of know, what are the most important, iconic, key emotional moments that we want to hit with the story. So if those are like those biggest bangers, those people, our composers kind of know that like really early. And then when we work actually on the content, what we do, our amazing audio QA is actually providing our composers with recordings of the quests and whole storylines, basically, so that our composers can basically really quickly refer to the recordings of sections of a quest. Even when you have that quest in a pretty rough state, you're able to already see that visual and discuss and see the dialogue, or even like just some very early sketch, and discuss with us, which is like narrative designers and so on, discuss with us regarding like what we actually want to do there. So then the composer has a reference and knows, oh, this is how it looks like, because that visual actually sometimes changes so much. So together, that visual and our discussions actually serve to prepare something that we internally call spotting. And what spotting is pretty much like you can call it like a minute-to-minute write down of how the music should be written. And that's something that you kind of do in also like in linear games or in movies, You kind of have like pretty much score it like for the movie. So a certain emotional beats need to be hit one after another in that certain moments, and all of those most important moments, scenes, they get treatment like this. There are of course scenes that are, I would say, second priority, and there's also scenes with third priority, fourth priority, and fifth priority. And scenes that are with second priority are in most cases like more important side scenes in side content and so on. And those scenes very often get a custom treatment, or they get a music that is already composed, but we do implement it customly. Just an example, I think the song is Hole in the Sun. The Hole in the Sun song that we have composed, and I think that was something that Piotr Adamczyk has been working on, and forgive me, but I forgot the authors of Hole in the Sun, but he was working on with the artists, and at the time when I approached him and I said, Piotr, I have this moment with, I wanted to have this like one night stand with Meredith Stout, and I wanted to give it like, in a way, kinda edgy banger fucking music for that moment. And Piotr was like, what about this, actually? And we listened to it together. We provided him with a recording. And Piotr was like, oh yeah, that actually kind of makes sense, Let's do it like this, let's fit that song here and there, to really give it this this proper, powerful moment there in the in the game. Oh yeah, I see that Kruszwitz wrote that her life changed because Nibels is a she. Yes, Nibels is a she. Who made the Cabaret quest with Dandelion and Witcher 3? Science fiction person, you're referring to the play quest, right? If so, then that was Karolina Kuzia, our quest designer. And I have no idea who did the cinematic work there. I think it might have been Kajtek Kapuscinski, but I really don't remember. Cydrek asks, without discussing too much, my friend, I already know that your question is probably in dangerous area. Without discussing too much, how's the progress? Are people used to having switched over to Unreal 5? I mean, Cydrek, I cannot speak about stuff like this. Like, yes, we are working on Unreal 5, you know, specifically, you know, people that work on the new Witcher saga, as we called it officially. So that is, you know, but I am mostly like deeply like this, you know, with my hands in Red Engine, and I enjoy it because I work on an expansion for you chums, as you know. Void has asked, how are you today? I'm okay, I think. I'm okay. I was outside for a bit, so that was nice. So that was nice, you know. I started reading a fantastic book, actually. Well, actually, in this case, I'm not reading, I'm listening to. To call it specifically on Audible, to Infinity Mindset, is it called? By Simon Sinek. Simon Sinek is one of my favorite psychologists, like business psychologists. Fucking love the guy. You probably know Start From Why from Simon Sinek. I really encourage you to check his books. Fucking love that guy. Love his books. Awesome stuff. Anyway, so I was listening to that book when I was outside. Game Monster World wrote, Pavo, I love writing stories for video games and I try to write my own stories for myself. That's amazing. Game Monster World. Like, this is the best way for you to actually, you know, learn and expand and just become better and then eventually apply to work, you know, and actually become, you know, and really like just, you know, join us in game development industry. Hello, Raf SD. Great to have you with us, my friend. I've seen you on the streams of The Witcher 3, and I think you were also on Hearts of Stone. I'm pretty sure I've seen you on the chat. VG Silverhand wrote, Meredith Stout's song is definitely a banger. It is a fucking banger. I agree. It is a banger. It is a banger. UI Ported says, hello, Pavo. Hello. Hope you're having a good day. That's decent. I wanted to ask, what is your opinion on open world games having so much, perhaps by player demand, low budget content to pad the running time instead of completely focusing on short, high quality? I mean, it's such a difficult topic, you Ported. Because the thing is, definitely players' demand is an important factor here. And again, game design is about being responsible designer and artist. And you as a designer, you should know what you're putting into your game, no matter what players are demanding, right? Because you are, at the end, responsible for your creation, for your art, and it's your duty to make a good game and to make a great art. That's your duty. If there's anything that you are supposed to do as a game designer and as a game dev, that is it, you know? However, players' demand play incredible important role here, right? Disappointing players, an amount of content is an important and very valid risk, you know? Therefore, very often developers fall into this trap of just adding a content that is lower quality just to keep the number of hours, you know? And it's a very, very difficult topic because, like, like quality takes time, you know? Like when you have a skilled team can produce an incredible game when they have time to make it. Now, when you have time, lesser the quantity is, bigger and higher the quality will be, right? That's a natural thing. If the team is skilled and is able to pull things out, simply higher quality you will want to have, lower the quantity is going to be, you know? And that's a natural thing. So game development, especially in open world games, is a very difficult balancing act between hitting the number of hours versus the height of the quality, you know? And like I personally think that I am not a fan of filler content. I am not a fan of busy work, so-called busy work, so running back and forth and so on. Like, we definitely tried to do it like this, that Cyberpunk has as little things like this as possible, you know? But it's difficult because, like, in the same time, you want to provide the players with actual enough things to do for them to immerse themselves in this world, to really feel, you know, like they are there. So, like, I do not think that there is an ideal solution here. I think just the maturity of the team of leads and directors making a key calls is the like key factor, you know, is the key factor here. You need to like train your team to be sure that they have enough skill to be able to produce high quality. Then the next thing is you need to make sure that you have tools and systems and processes in the game and in your studio that are quick enough that they can make enough amount of quantity of that content, you know? Because like when your teams and your designers can already make enough stuff of the good quality, the next thing that happens is actually the toolset, you know? How good is the toolset? How good is the processes actually inside the studio of you like designing the content, making it and so on? How good is the decision process of what to make, you know? So that you are making a right decisions, so that, you know, the things that you actually make for the players is as good quality as possible. So then, you know, your teams, because your teams that already can produce a great quality content, that they can have systems and tools that allow them to produce it with great enough quantity. Super difficult topic, my friend. Like, I mean, honestly, like, I would love to know, you know, all the answers on this factor. Like, I think like majority of game developers, designers would love to know the answer for this question, you know, would love to know. Peter Ponders, hello my friend, thank you so much for the raid. Holy fuck, I of course completely missed the fact that you're raiding. Thank you so much my friend for being here with us. Great to have you. Hello Peter Ponders, and thank you so much for the raid. It's great that you're with us. We are now discussing the you know, Cyberpunk 2077 and, you know, game design topics and everything related to it, also Witcher topics and so on. We'll be playing the game in a moment. I like at the beginning, you know, just to spend some time just chatting with chums here, you know, about various game related topics. Cool play, my friend. Please stick to English on the chat because, like, we do not speak Russian or Ukrainian. I mean, I don't. Probably some chums on the chat do, but I unfortunately don't. Okay, then. Just looking at the wow, holy shit! There's so many questions. Okay, my friends, let me go really quickly through this. The Halit, Del Halit asks, hello everyone, good evening. I just got a question. Will there be a New Game Plus mode ever? Don't tell us when. We just want to know if it's gonna happen. Please, we just want to know if it's ever happening. The Khalid, I cannot tell you, my friend. This is like under NDA, you know? This is like an under NDA information. So I would be streaming next week as a recently fired Quest director plays Cyberpunk. Or like former Quest employee. Or like former CD Projekt employee, you know? No, I just cannot break NDA on the stream. I'm sorry, my friend. But thank you so much for your comment, and I'm glad, I guess you like the game if you want to have New Game Plus. I guess you wouldn't want to have New Game Plus for the game you didn't like. So, anyway, I really appreciate it. Von Everly wrote, hello, Pavel finally caught one of the streams. I really liked the game and loved the Reaper ending and the romances. Von Everly wrote, hello, Von Everly. Great to have you with us. Thank you so much for playing the game, my friend, and for being here. Do wieczora, which means like until evening. Do wieczora wrote, hello. Hello, do wieczora. Great to have you with us. Yeah, exactly. Camille, a random dude with internet connection plays Cyberpunk. That's going to be, yeah. Xbebonic, former Quest director breaks NDA. Exactly. So, no breaking NDA, my friends. Hopefully, holy shit. Peter Ponders wrote, no worries, I was mesmerized by your talk already, great stuff. Have you seen any quest mod that made you feel this could be improved into the game? I mean, my friend, I've seen many mods like this. But if I will mention what I would think that should be inserted in the game, it's again like under NDA. So I just cannot answer this question. But what I can say is that I've seen actually so many fucking fantastic mods. Like so many fucking good mods. Like I don't know. I can mention a few of them. Like I remember some time ago. There was this apartments mod that allowed you to like change textures of things inside your apartment that looked really solid. Like I loved the mod that allowed you like to change like lots of different jackets and lots of different like new clothing options. Of course, the flying car mod, you know, is fucking insane. You can see all the streaming issues that it's causing, you know, so, but that's a separate topic, I guess. For the mod, it's fine, you know, to have that. You know, people do crazy stuff with the UI, obviously, you know, so that was also something I saw. I've seen like actually a lot of more modders doing like great mods for the photo shoot, and that's also really cool. Like our friend Pinky Julian, who's here on the chat, who's doing it very often. But there's also like other modders that are visiting here the stream very often are doing that, like Grindera, for instance. That I've seen, you know, very often doing that. I think I think others as well. Patch 1.8 bugbear when Grindera wrote. Cool, thanks. Dead X22-33 wrote the flying car man. Yeah, exactly. Let's go play Chumba. Yes, that is the case, because I think we are already chatting for 50 minutes and it's cool, but I am going to slowly switch to the game. Scorpion wrote, okay, I need to read it. I didn't read it fully, but I want to check it. Scorpion wrote, hey Pavel, thanks you for the behind-the-scenes story about the damn candles line in the week's Cyberpunk anniversary stream. Not Cyberpunk, CD Projekt anniversary stream. Will you be appearing in any of the upcoming streams as a guest in person, the Blood and Wine one or Cyberpunk one? Scorpion, thank you so much, first of all, for your comment. I really like being on the chat with you, Chums, and just hanging out there. I cannot say if I will be or if I won't. Because, you know, I don't want to steal the thunder from our community team. You know, they are designing those streams, they're preparing those streams, they're putting work into them, and I will just leave them spotlight and time to announce it, wherever they feel suitable. That being said, like, I'm actually really glad that we are giving a spotlight to other Reds, not only the people that you already know, like me, like, I don't know, who else, Philip or Miles, or I don't know, a few others. There's been already a bunch of people actually that were on new anniversary streams that you got to know and see, from our studio. And again, I love being on the streams and I love talking to you guys. I actually really love doing this. I actually don't know why. It's actually really fun. For me, doing it for you and like telling me all that stuff. It's actually incredibly easy for me. Like, I know so many stories. From development. I even joke, I even joke with like Philip Weber. Like, I remember like literally last week we had like few such fucking insane situations, and I told him like, dude, when I will be fucking 90, when I will like publish my game developer memoirs, about all that stuff. It's gonna be like, I will basically describe everything that's happening, just write it all. Like, some of those stories, my chums, are like incredible. But anyway, I'm just I hope I will be able to tell some of those stories on the community meetup, but we'll see, because some of them are like interesting. So yes. Anyhow. But by the way, if you guys don't know, there is, when you play one of the quests in Hearts of Stone, and I hope that all of you chums already did play it. So when you play it, there's this moment when Geralt is opening the chest, right? And me together, Danish Markiewicz is the expert quest designer who made that quest, and I remember I was sitting with Danish at like evening/afternoon and playing his quest together with him. We were doing the review basically because I was the lead of the team. I was sitting next to Danish. We were playing the quest, chatting about it, and I got to that moment, and there was a candle nearby or something. And you had this like annoying thing that in Witcher, when you sometimes try to open the containers, and Geralt fucking prioritized those fucking candles instead. And keep on like blowing up those fucking candles like in a loop. And seriously, like as a player, I was losing my mind always. And when I was like watching it together and playing the review together with Danish, I was like, dude, what if we make this stupid joke about like actually Geralt not being able to open this fucking chest, and there's like shit ton of candles on it, and it's like a security system so you cannot get to that chest, and Danish was like, I mean, it's kind of like an odd idea, but maybe. And I was like, I don't know, just think about it, I'm not sure, like maybe it's a stupid idea, but I thrown it like a throwaway comment. And and Danish was later working. I think it was Łukasz Śliwa who made the scenes. I remember it was Łukasz Śliwa. I just remembered. So I remember Danish was working with Łukasz Śliwa on that scene, and they were like, okay, let's just fucking add those damn candles on this thing. So that's why you have this moment of Geralt actually, before he opens up, he approaches it, looks at it, and goes like, puts down all the candles, says, "Damn candles." And then opens the chest. Anyway, my chums, my fucking game development memoirs will be full of this shit. That's my plan. Alpha Wolf 4488. Great to have you with us, my friend on the chat. Jesus. Okay, I think my chums, we need to go to playing the game. How are you feeling about this? Greybeard wrote, I like Greybeard how you started your question. I know you cannot officially say anything about the future. Well said. But if you're in your personal opinion, would you like to see some of the requested features that have been requested for 2077 and never implemented be put into your Cyberpunk game? I mean, my friend, so I'll answer it like this. Look back at the patches that have been released for Cyberpunk. have those patches contain the features or content that has been requested. I'll just mention a walk button for the player, a minimap zooming away, apartments, more content for romances. I don't know, like fucking shit ton of things actually that have been introduced in the patches. Have those weird things that players actually requested. So that's the way how I can answer your question, my friend. No more comment, as you can imagine. Delamain says penis 3. I mean, I know Delamain, you really wanted that feature, but I'm not really sure how we are actually doing with this. You know, it might be tricky. Might be tricky to get it. My friends, I'm actually loading the game already at the background. Pablo wrote, Pablo, I'm still waiting for the real cyber cat, like in the artworks. Okay, Pablo. If you say so, my friend. If you say so, my friend. Is everyone seeing the game? Is everyone seeing the game? I know you guys are not. I'm joking right now. I know it was a good joke. But anyway, okay, my friends, I already have the game running. Let me actually just check the audio. And we are playing the game. Can you hear the game? Yes, you can. We can see the game. Oh, Pablo, yes, you can. Pablo has like fucking direct connection to my PC, by the way, apparently. Holy fuck. Okay, they are seeing me. Okay, my chums, I think we need to. Time for our stealthy. Time for our stealth playthrough. So, my dears, a reminder what we were doing. So we were in Goodbye Night City gig, and what happened was we need to do this stealthily, and I like hid. I was like running away, and I like hid in this fucking corner. Thank you, Glassolalia, so much. You're always supporting me, and I really appreciate that. It's really appreciated. Pablo in stealthy. Good luck. Yes, Chris Fitz, exactly. That's my plan. Okay, fucking hell, let's go. There's some dude there. Okay, let's go. Huh. Okay. So there seems to be like a small community here. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, shit. Dodged it. That was fast, thank you. Metal Gear Pavo Sasko. Oh, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. Camille says that I died 252 times. That's close. That's literally impossible. Sneak 1000. Thank you. Cyberpunk Champ said, Pavo, I would make you my day if you say hi to me. Big fan of yours. I mean, my friend, thank you so much for being on the chat. I hope you're a fan of our games, not mine. You know, but I really appreciate you, and I appreciate you being here. You know, professional stealth stream, exactly. So, you know, chums, this is how you stealth in Cyberpunk. Uh-huh. Jesus Christ. She's fucking face planting that. Okay. Ooh. Okay, chums. 3 flat lines? Wait, what? No. Holy heck, there's this guy there. So, we are supposed to find Bruce. And that guy is up there. Can I actually... Ooh. Ooh. No, that's not what I want to do.
Better investigate.
No grenades. I mean, the only grenade is my fucking grenade mug. I'll drink... Oh, God. I'll drink to your health, my friends. Skål! Or zdrowie. Okay, my chums. Stealthy Sasko is... What the hell? Jesus Christ. This is like so difficult. Okay, my chums. I am like a fucking shadow. Okay, Yes. Holy fuck. Okay, he's not coming here. Can I grab that body so that he doesn't see it and I can like... Fucking hell. Okay, anyway. I think I'm fine, actually, to pass towards that guy there. Jesus. Okay, chums. Woo, that was close. Galaxy Pion, yes. Exactly. It's not stealthy at all. What do you mean not stealthy? Science fiction person wrote, I noticed that Dream on Quest in Cyberpunk's pretty similar to Bloody Baron quest line. Oh, really? And the question is, just like the Baron is sort of a reflection of Geralt in a way, Perales are also a reflection of V and Johnny. Yeah, I mean, okay, in that way, I know what you mean. That is actually pretty accurate description. Time to disable this camera. Wait, there's another one? Fucking how many cameras they have? Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, chums. I am so stealthy. Holy shit. Who was responsible for designing the Cardinal Sins quest in Witcher 3? It's so good. That was Jakub Rokosz. Kuba was a senior quest designer at the time, specialist and then later a senior quest designer at the time. Great designer, really cool guy. Yeah, and that was one of, I think, like kind of I can say his opus magnum in the Witcher 3. He also designed the Ice Giant storyline on Skellige. They turned it back on? Oh, they do? Arasaka Airport? Can you imagine that I didn't know? Oh, that's Bruce? Hello, Bruce. Hello, Brucey. Okay, I don't think we are seen by anyone.
You Bruce?
Is this a test? You have my Wait, you're not Militech.
I'm not. Okay. Let's go.
Easy, Choom. Archie sent me.
Archie? Archie Crane?
Very same. Don't go jumping for joy. Gotta get out of here.
Archie knew who to send.
I see that Machiavelli likes his flip-flops, absolutely. Stealth 1 out of 10? Hey, I mean, why? Literally nobody see me.
You coming or not?
Wait here, let's go. Oh shit, if I tell him... Oh shit, I need to get him out. Holy heck. Okay, let's go. Should I... I don't know, let's
Sat here
fucking
long
go.
enough. Let's shake that rust off.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Okay, because like... There's like... 3 fucking dudes there. Okay, Brucey is very stealthy, from what I'm seeing. Oh, I can use this. I can open this door. So cool! I got some experience points for it. How I am supposed to get him out? Okay, chums. Use the Militech van out there to escape with Bruce. Oh, really? That is actually a pretty fucking clever idea. But is the door opened? It's not. Body 8. Holy heck. Oh, it will open automatically? I saved the game. Let me actually... Oh, holy shit, there is the camera here. Okay, Brucey, let's go. My chum. Are you getting in? What? Bruce? Bruce, are you coming in? Bruce? Bruce, hey, where are you? Bruce? Brucey! Brucey, my chum! My dears, that wasn't exactly what I wanted to, that's not exactly what I wanted to say. Sasko. Hey, I mean, come on. Okay, seriously. Let's do this shit. Let's do this shit. It cannot be this difficult. Okay, turned off. Cool. Okay, the camera's gone. Now, let's go. How the fuck I'm supposed to get out? Bruce, is there a fucking escape passage through here? There's like another camera here. Oh, there's two chums there. Jesus Christ. Fucking Bruce is like sneaky as hell. Okay, good luck. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate your mental support. I have no fucking idea. Okay, I could break the fence, but there's this fucking drone here. Can I cripple its movement, break this shit, and then escape? And then he will, like, go after me? Brucey, come on! Brucey, let's go! We need to go! Bruce! Brucey! Brucey, let's go! Brucey, let's go! Dude! No, like, seriously. Let's go, man. No, but I'm serious. Brucey. Let's just go.
Surround her.
He's using cover.
God damn it. Holy shit, I was sure I can escape. Okay, my chums, we are going Rambo.
Medic, I'm hit.
Brucey! Brucey, come on! Brucey, get to the car! Brucey! Where is Bruce? Bruce, but you're not in the car. Bruce? I think he got shot? Did he? Holy fuck! Bruce, no! Brucey, where are you? God damn it! Did he got shot, really? Holy shit! God damn it! And they closed the gate. I am playing like a complete monkey. I don't get it. Why doesn't quest director know how to finish the quest? Well, I mean, first of all, my friend, this is a gig, not a quest. And the gigs have been done by open world team, not by the quest team.
You got nowhere to run.
Second thing is, I haven't ever played this, you know? So that's really the reason. Oh, look at that! Bruce is actually escaping. Look at Bruce. Brucey? Brucey? I think it's him. Brucey is a Chad? Yes. Hey, Brucey. Yo, bro. I knew that you would manage. What do you guys think about this? Did I make it stealthy? Did I make it stealthy? Yo. So, you know, you guys said Omega Epsilons, and I don't get it, why you don't know how to finish the quest. Hey, look at this! Didn't I just manage? I hope you're 1 out of 10? Okay, that's impossible. Get into the car. Yo, chum, what's up? Yeah, the whole fucking chat is surprised, you know, how good we are. This is how you do it, chums. That's it, you know? This is how you do it, you know? Nobody's gonna fucking question my stealth abilities anymore. Okay, I guess. Bruce just wants to be like... Bruce is done with everything at this point. Yeah. The fuck? That is one
Brucey, baby.
close
We're
parking.
starting to think we'd never get you out of that dump.
Archie, you piece of shit.
What?
It's because of people like you that camp even exists. I saw you behind the wheel. How much they paying you, huh?
Enough for me to buy your ticket out of here. You can thank me later. Right now, we gotta get moving. Oh, and V, if you ever plan on quitting Night City, careful around the borders. Accidents have a way of turning fatal.
Okay. That was very interesting. I hope he won't drive over me. Okay, Dakota, tell me.
I appreciate you handling things as cleanly as you did.
Oh, yes.
Exactly as agreed.
I know.
Bruce was freed and escorted back to Archibald. And the fact that you did it without unnecessary bloodshed isn't lost on me.
Yes. That's exactly how what it happened.
Account by now.
Thank you.
Contract closed.
Yeah, I'm your best merc, you know. Just the fucking best merc in the Night City. That's okay, you know. You know, how are you guys cleanly? Exactly. I mean, you know, maybe she was a bit, how would you say it, sarcastic? Pavel completing the quest with no blood. Yeah, I know, it's a bit disappointing. But Dakota was clearly not watching the stream. Yeah, she wasn't. I completely agree with you, my friend. But you know, it is what it is. We managed to do it. The other thing being like, let's go towards gun for hire. My chums, I think that that was the first stealth ever quest actually done on the stream, and I hope you're proud of me. Because you could see, you know, how much it cost me, actually. Like, I actually did... Sorry, chum. I'm going to kill all of them now. Because, like, and loot everything. So, you know, now when Dakota said that it's finished without the bloodshed, don't worry, we'll just take care of it. You chums, you are the reason why I almost failed it on the stream. So, hello. Is anyone still alive here? Because I definitely want to check you out. Okay, the broken cameras are the best. Okay, you bastards. I thought it's drone, but it's not. It's a reflector.
Enemy contact!
Holy hell.
Goddamn parrot!
Okay, chums.
Reloading!
Holy shit, those drones avoiding my Oh, die already? No, no way. No way, not dying. Gun animations are amazing. I fucking love it, actually. Like, I actually really like, that's the thing. I'm not a guy who likes shooters, but I like shooting in Cyberpunk so much, actually. It's so fun. Okay, my friends, I think we are almost done with all of them. Not yet. Okay, we're not yet done with all of them. Jesus Christ. Cool. Jesus. The hammer of the comrade, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Enemy contact!
Fucking LCS Pavo is back. Yes, is there any other Militech personnel? This yellow card looks great. To steal it. Oh, some shot I didn't grab. Personal access token, that's nice. Do you think which one remaster is possible? Many people would love to play this on console. I mean, my friend, I cannot speak about any future plans of the studio. This is like under NDA, my friend, as you probably can imagine. But I'm glad that you're looking forward to another Witcher games. Oh! Okay, this we know, actually. What the hell did we just grab? That's... Oh, wow! That's like legendary pulsar. Okay, let's try it actually, like, with the next occasion. When we will actually have an occasion to try it. Huh. Okay. I've never... you know, I would want to, like, try some other weapons from time to time. Cool. Okay, it's fucking decent too. It's decent as well. Let me check out... let me check out this email. There's a question from JD Nokula. What if we all sign an NDA too, Pavel? Well, I mean, then we could talk. Like all 518 of you and everyone that will ever watch the VOD or YouTube of this video. Exactly. That sounds like a great idea. Captain Yank Cochran is talking to Sergeant Martin Figgs and Sergeant Martha Irving. Let's see what Captain Jan Cochran say. Another reminder to leave authorization shards in the correct place at the end of shifts. Please remind all the company members what should be considered the incorrect place. Kitchen counters, window sills, bunkers, shitters. If you have any questions about this very complex matter, please speak with me or contact command directly. Captain Jan Cochran. Okay. God damn it. Captains are very, very angry today. But let's check what Sergeant Martha Irving is saying. Detainees Charlotte Anderson, Daniela Haverchira, Jeremy Kingston, Pedro Antonio Romero, Julieta Romero, Bruce Welby, Arthur Williams. Detainees are being held in the main building until each case has been evaluated individually. Full scans of concealed cyberware and medical examinations have been carried out. no major threats were detected. Sergeant Marta Irving. And then Jan Cochran, something about first floor. Due to the dog shit technical condition of the floor portion of the first floor, it will be out of commission infinitely. Until the necessary repairs are made, extreme caution is urged. Pass this aloud to your people. Captain Cochran. Okay, Jesus Christ. Captain's on the edge, my friends, clearly. I loved it. I love this actually. This is actually like such a cool element of cyberpunk, of like cyberpunk world building, you know. Like this is such an amazing element of cyberpunk world building, you know. The fact that you have this like one-time use slot-o-matic gun, you know, that you can get in like in different colors and so on, and you have this like full advertisement here, slot-o-matic, you know, and like it literally starts from V like tearing off the tag. So cool. Pavel, you be scary captain in the military. Oh, thank you. Pavel, did you voice Skippy? No, I didn't actually, but I would love to. What is your least favorite character in the game? Please let it be Clown Nash. Jesus, Camilo, I don't know. I would have to think. Least favorite character? So I guess like a least favorite being like the way he's designed and stuff. I don't know. That's actually a difficult question. Because like, yeah, I mean, if we didn't like something, we changed it, right? So, I'm actually not sure what would be the my least favorite. Let me actually explore that room together. So yeah, I'm actually not sure. Stefan, serious fun. Stefan is good. Nice gun. Yeah, yes, Sapphire. This is a slot-o-matic. You know, that you can like the disposable gun. So yeah, I wanna use some slot-o-matic now. Okay, chums, time to be. Oh, what is this? That's cool. I love like those pieces of narrative of just like visual storytelling. Like we pay so much attention to it. Like I always, when I review content with my chums, I always pay attention to it. So that we have like as much of that as possible, you know. Of course, you know, to a reasonable extent, but you know, so that you can, as a player, really like enjoy a good like, you know, world building and so on. What? Who the fuck's shooting me? Oh, because I thrown away this automatic already. I was like, why V is cycling through only through two guns? Because like, wow, okay, that is like the least accurate weapon from this distance. That's much better. Aim. I mean, nah, my aim was excellent. I know that my aim was dog shit. I know that my aim was dog shit. What can I tell you? My chums. Okay. There is some piece of loot that is lying here. Aha! Yes, this person was still alive. I just had to make sure I leave no witnesses. Jesus. Excerpts from a history of nomads. Okay, I think we've seen that one already. Nothing interesting here. Oh, messages. Some. I think we read those already. Okay. Yeah, and I'll just. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, my chums. I think we got it. So now it's the time. Like I literally wrecked this fucking base. Where's that yellow car that I liked? Here. Oh yeah. Oh yes. I fucking love the interiors in these cars. Seriously, it's so cool. Okay, can I actually try to get away with this car? Where's the exit though? Exit is like here. I'll drive over this dead guy. I love this song. Oh, really? God damn it. I was sure I can break it. Come on. Thanks. I was like, I literally had to like get off. Yes, that is it. Chooms. Oh, some loot? Ah, that's some shit. Okay, well, you know, here we are. Is there a website with all findable shards? Not in the game. I don't think you have it in the game. Jesus, I'm driving like a nightmare. You could hack while in the car. Yeah, I know, Machiavelli. I was actually not sure if I can, you know, because I thought that maybe I would have to get inside the room that was next to it. That's why I got off. But I wasn't sure. Cut jump in. Oh, I think that was like one of the places where we already did a gig before. Turn right where? Like here? Oh, you're referring to this tunnel? Haven't we been to this tunnel already? I think we've been to this tunnel. Oh no, we haven't, because there's a loot. Holy heck! What a find! Thanks, Camille. And here you have like an amazing example of actually like, you know, environmental storytelling done well. You know, I see, okay, a car, he's still like, there's still, you know, smoke coming off, so probably blown up recently. Some killed people. And then you can like, as a player, start puzzling together actually what happened, you know, here. It looks like an entrance to some mine and shit. Okay. Carnage, Jesus. They all had like a great fucking great guns and so on. Journal by Thomas Starr, Militech engineer. Okay. Oh, Ironman Easter egg. Oh shit, here we again. Ironman. That engineer kidnapped by Wraiths. Yep. Oh shit, here we go again. I have a question about Dakota Pava. I noticed she has cyberware similar to Mitch on her face. Does that mean she's a veteran of the unification war as well? Yes, Pinky, that was the idea. Yes, Pinky, that was the idea. At least, you know, at the point of the creation of the character, when we've been discussing here, that was the concept. At this case, Killer B asks about patch 1.6. I mean, my friend, you know, I cannot talk about any future content, as you probably know. You know, this is strictly under NDA, you know. But we are making shit for you guys, as always. Yeah, okay, let's, he built it with scraps in a cave. Okay, Shrafty K, if you say so. If you say so. Thomas Starr, yes, Nexo, exactly. Okay, my dears, let me check out this. Let me check out this shard. Thomas Starr is our Militech engineer. I didn't see this shard before, so let me check it out. Kidnapped by a nomad gang called themselves the Wraiths. Someone must have talked, because they knew the exact convoy route. We were waiting for us, or me, I guess. I'm being held in some sort of a cave. I've got out of here somehow. Can't call for help. They took my biomonitor. They sure were prepared. They want me to build weapons, for specifically to remove the security of the SKL 1903 I made for Militech. I'm supposed to convert it to a range of smaller, lighter missiles. I agreed. I want to live. I know as soon as I finish the task, they will kill me. I have to think of something. I'm building the exoskeleton. The missiles are heavy. I can't lift them on my own. They don't suspect a thing. The exoskeleton is ready. I just need some sheet metal for the armor. I'll build a suit of armor, iron armor. This is my chance. They took me outside. I saw the sun. The path to freedom. 42 steps straight ahead. From the door, 20 steps to the left. 5 to the right. 27 steps straight. And then turn right. Armor ready. Added some flamethrowers and hooked up power supply. Today's dead day. Just a few dead Wraiths and I am a free man. As you guys said, an Ironman Easter egg. Zebrakisen says, is Thomas Starr part of the extended Cyberpunk cinematic universe yet? Can we expect an origin story at some point? Good question, my friend. Very good question. We'll see what the future brings. I would say it like this. Interesting small thing. I think we got everything. Let me actually check, because we have some. Yes, I will dismantle some of those piece of shit guns that we don't need. Yeah, we have this legendary Shingen. We don't need this one. I think this is the Jinguji Defender. Okay, I guess we can keep it. The Carnage that we just got. Okay, I mean, let's... Oh, this is the Bloody Maria. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Bloody Maria. It's too fucking weak for me. But anyway, okay, let me actually check the other stuff. Oh yes, that's the reinforced fire. Yes, exactly. Machiavelli asked if there are some cut quests in the game. I think those are gigs, Machiavellian quests, that can be activated with mods. They're a bit buggy and still playable. Why you guys didn't add them to the game and leave it in the game files? I mean, like Machiavelli, as I mentioned, those are not quests but gigs, so I actually don't know what is the behind the scenes story of them. You know, I suspect, like as with everything, like where I was talking many times about the I was talking many times about just the quality requirement. You know, I suspect they were just not good enough. For you, at least at the time. But again, like I don't know the background, you know, because I haven't been handling the open world direction at that time, right? I'm doing that right now since I became a director, but and an open world team is now one of my departments, but at the time it wasn't, right? So I really don't know actually what is the story behind that thing that you're asking for. Pablo, now is nice answer. I mean, okay, Pablo, thanks, I guess. That's the only answer I can give you, so. Looks like you are ahead of my 10th playthrough. That is interesting. Cat jump intensify, yeah. This is such a cool location. Okay, chumps, we are back on track. Take them panties off road 1.6. Well, oh, there are some EV people there. I need to react, my chums.
Hello, Night City.
Oh, come on, Kavorkin. Come on, Kavorkin. Ooh. Attention NCPD subcons. Suspected organized crime activity reported in Sag Gulch Road. Warrants issued for Rufus McBride on counts of participating in a Ripper Dog without a license. Record shows 3 counts of causing permanent disability and 1 count of aiding in the staging of a suicide. Prep is in hiding among members of the Wraiths gang. CD is offering a reward for neutralizing the threat, and the group concealing him. I literally read canceling. I was like, that's interesting wording. Audio's looping? Is it? I mean, maybe audio was looping when I was in the reading chart, but for now it sounds totally fine right now, I think. Wear take yellow or samurai jacket with a pendant at the back of the neck. Oh god, I'm not sure what you're asking about, Franzuzi Ghost. Sorry, man.
What? Man, I can't hear you. Wait.
Let's kick it off. Fuck. Woo. God damn it. Okay, chums, I'll hide behind the cacti. That sounds like mines. A bit. Holy shit, there can be mines here. No, I don't see mines. Jesus Christ, I was terrified. Oh shit. Change the clip. You bastards. They are so powerful. I shot him in the balls. No! No, 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 no. Let's not die now. Holy fuck. Okay. Bye. That's not what I wanted to do. Come on. Come on. Just peek. Just peek. Okay. Shot him in the knee now. I was a wraith until I took a shot in the knee. Patrolling desert makes you wish for nuclear winter. Anyway, those are the key quotes I remember. Wow, there's so much loot. Hello, hello, thank you. That's nice. I'm glad. Oh, archive conversation, my chums. Simon Diaz is talking to Rufus McBride. Simon. George got hit in the hand, taking him there. Get ready. Gunshot wound. Sure thing, just remind me. He runs on Arasaka or Militech hardware. Hashtag Team Militech. Cool, at least we won't be short on parts. Yes, Rufus was Italian, my friends. Jesus Christ, that dude. That is very interesting scope. Huh. Jesus, there's like so many of them here.
How's this happening?
It sounds like there is like a camera here or something. Hostile area, okay.
Let's finish this!
Okay, no problem, my friend. Tattoo needle. That's like one hell of a fucking loot to have, by the way.
Ah! Think I care, Mother?
Oh, can't I just... I thought, oh yes, I thought I can activate it actually. Let's go.
Okay.
I will slash you. Okay, chums, let's check this spot. Ooh, interesting. Entrance. I can also enter through here. Okay, that makes sense. Shoot the barrel. I know which barrel you're talking about, Camille. Team Roof, Magda Road. I mean, we don't have Kit Kat Kate, unfortunately, you know. She was the original, I think, inventor on the roof team. From what I remember. Ooh! I can get in. Damn! Damn! Look at this place! Fucking filthy! The dark place is coming soon. I love world building via environmental storytelling. It's so fucking awesome, actually. the commercial of the there was a commercial of the foreign body just a moment ago. Okay. Okay, cool. I think we got... Oh! That's a fiber backpack. Interesting. Okay, chums, I think... oh, can we get in here? Okay, we've been here, so I guess we can go downstairs now. Oh, this cannot be checked, so it's only a second floor here. Did you know that you'd eventually be working on Cyberpunk when you first joined CDPR? Well, I mean, at first when I joined, I knew that I will be working on The Witcher 3, because this is for why I was mostly hired, at least at the beginning. I was doing stuff for Witcher 2, but it was just very little. So I knew I would be working on The Witcher 3. Honestly, like, oh wow, interesting things they have here. I was actually glad, to work actually on anything that CD Projekt's working on, because, like, to be honest, this company was always like my heroes, this company was and is, my heroes, and I really wanted to be here. So as a dev, I was like totally fine with working on anything that the studio will be working on. And at some point, I mean, during the production of Witcher 3, we had like discussions internally of like, oh yeah, probably like next thing we'll be working on is Cyberpunk. This is like some fucking haunted. Okay, that was literally like, there was like a hovering pan or something. Manok wrote, I fucking love this game. Hello Manok, great to have you with us, my friend. I'm glad you like the game, man. Or girl, sorry. If I misgendered you, it's not that easy to tell from the nicknames. Oh, I didn't see this one. The toughest tournament, Night City Championships. Oh no, I've seen it actually. Okay, let's check it. Butcher's Knife, Heel O'Keel, $0. Orders for... What? Orders for Patience. I literally read it first. Orders for Panties. And I was like, that is interesting thing to find here. And the fact that there was like some criminal activity going on about it. I was like, wow, okay. Orders for Panties. Orders placed, arriving this week. Kiroshi nose filters. Biodyne WR098 Infinity. Premium version, enhanced strength thighs. Set of Arasaka subdermal pockets for the top smugglers. 12 2G second gen augmented muscle weaves from Militech. 3X plus kidneys from Biotechnica. Okay, that's awesome. Hello viewer Radine. Great to have you with us, my friend. Jadunio wrote, Pavel, I know that this is not your field of expertise, but I wanted to share that one of the thinking I dislike the most about the game design is dumbing down mechanics. For example, potions Witcher 3 compared to Witcher 2, where we had much more potions, that we had negative effects, and you had to think a lot about your game plan or invest heavily into the green skill tree. Another example is crafting and looting in CP compared to Witcher 3. What do you think about this? Have a great evening. Thank you, Jadunio, for your comment. Well, I mean, we talked about it slightly. I love the physical things. Like, we talked about it a bit, you know, in the previous stream. So, like, I personally am not a fan of dumbing down, as you said, anything, you know. And sometimes, you know, the fact that things look like that they're like dumbed down, I would say. Sometimes, you know, there are different reasons, you know, why those things were done like this, you know, and that doesn't really apply to like our games, but just like in general, any games, because that, how'd you say it? Players claiming that, you know, some mechanics is like dumbed down is not new, you know. It's not new. It's been very often actually brought up in regards of many games, you know. And the thing is, like, believe me, nobody, I mean, any game designer doesn't want to do it. People do it always because it has some consequences, you know, if you don't do it. And I assume, but again, I'm not a gameplay designer, but I assume there were reasons, you know, why it had to be done like this, because otherwise, just the gameplay loop didn't work as well, and so on. But, you know, like, we would have to have here a gameplay designer really who was involved in those decisions to really know 100% why it was done like this. Mega Socrates wrote, it's been 6 months since I last visited stream. Nice to see it's business as usual. Love you, Pavel, for sharing your insights. Thank you so much, Mega Socrates. Mega Socrates. Mega Socrates. You are Mega Socrates. Thank you, Mega Socrates, for sharing your comment, my friend. Yeah, I mean, we have played shit ton of Cyberpunk already. I learned quite a bit about the game.
Well, V, there's this techie.
I learned stealth.
He just made an appearance in the Badlands, only I'd rather he hadn't. Catch my meaning?
Oh, Big
I'm
Pete.
sending some info on this static scum your way.
Thank you, Dakota. My chums. Sigach, thank you so much, my friend, for the Prime. I really appreciate it. Is it the same campaign? Mega Socrates asks. Yes, it is. I played 185 hours so far of Cyberpunk. And I was streaming most Sundays for a year and a half now. Yeah, there were like some Sundays when I was like on business trips or vacations where I couldn't stream. But majority of Sundays I did stream for a year and a half now. Pablo wrote, today I achieved 1.k hours in Cyberpunk. That's cool, Pablo. I probably had this much in development, but not like, you know, biggest director's commentary ever. Yeah, I mean, here you go, my friend. Here you go. We are not even done. We are not even fucking done. We're like in 30% main story, 50% of side quests, and like 70%, maybe a bit more now, 75 of open world. Still not carry, yeah, exactly. Still, we were still not with a carry. Like I still didn't play majority of my quests, right? I only played my bullets, I only played my pickup, and that's it. Everything else is still to be played. And I did like 6 side quests for this game. So yeah, there's a lot. And then 2 other life paths and 5 other endings, of course. Oh god. Mega Socrates, we'll see. What the future brings, but definitely I wanna keep playing. Okay, Chums, because we didn't check what Dakota has to say about the Big Pete. Oh, I still didn't collect my bonus, though. Oh, right, because I have a bonus because I didn't kill anyone. That is so nice. Yes. The Lord giveth, the Lord taketh. Cool. Okay, let's go. Let's do the Big Pete. 10k more deaths to come. I mean, seriously. Seriously. I'm barely dying nowadays. Barely. Stealthily solving majority of the quests, offering you guys a very unusual, non-conventional approach. What are you talking about? Sasko Sunday became a ritual for lots of us. Thank you, Pinky Joy. I mean, definitely became a ritual for me. Okay, Geek Type Gun for Hire. Get rid of Big Pete, a mechanic with the Wraiths. Big Pete runs a garage out here in Badlands, fixes up clunkers for the Raffen shift. Before that, he was hustling as a techie in Night City. Now Pete's not your definition of a nice guy. Soon enough, he made some powerful enemies and had to skip town. Just so happens Pete's enemies are my friends, and I owe said friends a favor. You make Pete's eat dust, I get one less favor to owe. It's not hard to find him, just try any of the Wraiths' garages. Okay, Dakota, I am on it. By the way, do you guys actually sometimes use codex and check those codex entries that we have added? There's like so many of them. I actually hope you do, you know, because it was a significant effort, you know, to have all those beautiful shots here, you know, for all of them, and then you know, it always like brings a bit more of a how to say it, like background, you know, for you regarding the story and so on. Machiavelli wrote, I read all the info about Morgan Black, and I'm glad, Machiavelli, you did. Hey, do you know which Witcher Easter eggs are in Cyberpunk? Metrix asks. Well, Metrix, obviously I do. I don't know. I obviously do. There's not this many of them. There's few. Despite people claiming that there's almost none of them. There's few, but we will... and I am not sure. Did you guys find everything? I'm actually not sure if you did. I'm actually not sure if you did find everything. I really like Badlands, by the way. It's such a cool location. I know that Pablo doesn't like Badlands, if I remember. The sniper on the roof, no problem. He's not there anymore. God damn it. I literally looked at the chat. You were saying... Yes, Amnaf too. That's exactly what I was saying. Holy hell. But it wasn't... Okay. Anyhow, let's do it. Where's that? Because there was like one dude that fucking got to me in these bushes. By the way, I love Badlands, you know. Such a cool location. Anyway, Okay. One tomb less.
Had to die sometime.
I literally fucking missed so badly. Like that was so ridiculous. Oh, cool. Oh, it's an exit, so I can't use it as an entrance. Okay, I'm joking. Wow, no. Oh god. Oh. Okay, they pissed me off. I will do it stealthily now, just as a punishment. You know. My favorite location, Lucy Art Road. Oh yeah. Very photogenic. Yeah, definitely is. Okay, my chums, time for some fucking stealth. Seriously. Like, I'm done with this shit. That was kind of far. Who the fuck's shooting? Jesus Christ. I need to loot your thing, and this thing too. I'm a compulsory looter. Okay, chums, let's do it. Grab your pants. The heck?
We're not gonna make it.
Seriously, I shot next to his ear. Come on. Okay. The heck? This location is so fucking cool. I love places like this. Holy shit. Did I tell you guys that I love making games? Such an amazing thing, you know? Such an awesome thing to do. Seriously. Like, really, like, playing Cyberpunk actually makes me, you know, make more games, you know? So good. I just have so much fun with this game.
Ain't nothing to be shy about.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Okay, that was like a...
Eat my legs, bitch!
Eat my legs? That was interesting. I would understand like something else in this context. But legs? But you know what? I mean, they're Wraiths, you know, maybe they just like they just like legs, you know? Like they're really into like the leg fetish. I would expect this to be openable, but it's not. And it says it's a gate. That's actually nice. It overlaps with my own observations. I have a new hobby. I shoot all the radios. Okay, chums, let's do this. Zebra Kisen, thank you so much, my friend, for the sub. I really appreciate it. Okay, chums.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what you're talking about? Okay. Where the hell are you?
Shy about.
I am not shy, my friend. He used to have a hat, though. He used to have a hat, but it's not anymore. Pablo, did you ever think about making movies of games when you were younger? Yes, I did actually. But honestly, like at the moment when I thought and I found out actually that I could like take care of writing like stories and so on for games, I realized that actually this is something, because it could also like combine my passion for games and like playing the games as well. So I love that factor. And I always like played so many games, you know, when I was a kid. And for me it felt like such a cool fucking lifestyle to be like a you know, like a game designer and quest designer specifically, because this is who I wanted to be. Let's call them. Hello? Hello, it's Saska calling. I'm just patiently waiting. They're busy, goddammit. Sure, Chum, it's all fine. Okay, my dears. I think we got here. I mean, honestly, like, at some point, you know, in my life, like, making movies would be nice. But I am, like, that's not in the next few years for sure. Like, I really want to focus on making games. And I'm not going to, I don't think so, at least now. I'm not going to leave, you know, working on games ever, hopefully. But I can imagine, like, you know, as a side thing at some point, to work on a... Ooh, sexy. To work on a movie or something, you know. Like, for instance, you know, the anime thing, that's so cool, you know. So, like, working on something like this, you know, together with the game, this is awesome. To be honest, you know, to just, like, make some amazing fucking story for you guys, you know. Something with actual, like, great storytelling and world building. Give me this pack of cards. Excellent. This is literally what I was missing. Okay, Big Pete, where the hell are you? I suspect you are underground. Exactly, I needed that coffee from that demolished shop. Yeah, environmental storytelling in this game is so cool. Because you can see that those are actual, like, you know, distributors of gas. And here you can see, you know, the shop, the typical shop that you have in the gas stations and shit. Okay, chums. Is it great working on Cyberpunk? Yeah, I love it. I mean, honestly, I love it, you know. It's also like, I love challenges, you know, and it's just like, just because it is challenging, because of like, you know, how complicated the game is, and just like many other factors, you know. Also, you know, the situation we had with the release and everything, you know, and the fact that Cyberpunk, like, needed so much more love than Witcher 3, and also like the fact that Cyberpunk is received so much less love from the players and journalists and influencers in comparison to Witcher, also make me like think much more warmly about Cyberpunk than Witcher. Because you know how it is, it's just about this, it's like, yeah, it's just because it was maybe less loved by people, just because of that, I kind of enjoy working on it a bit more. Like, I remember you guys asked me about this question, like, I don't know, a year ago or something. And I said that it was maybe difficult to say, because at that time it was super, like, we were going to super difficult time after the release and so on. But right now, when working on expansion for you guys and stuff, it's actually really fulfilling and satisfying. I don't know. I love making games, and you know, you'll see what you guys say. What's the biggest difference between you and Mateusz Tomaszkiewicz as a quest director? Oh wow, that's such a difficult question. I think that question would be more suited for actually one of my designers than me. You know, because like it's so difficult to say it from my perspective, you know. Like, I think, like, there is a big difference is that Mateusz was a director of quests, but cinematic department and open world department had their own directors, while now I have all three departments. So that is a big difference when it comes to the responsibilities. Like I have 3 departments, not 1, which is 60 people, not 20. So that is a huge difference when it comes to focus. But I can also take care of cohesiveness of everything much more because I'm in between all of those people. But I cannot really like clearly, and I would say rightfully, say what's the biggest difference between me and Mateusz, actually. Mateusz was an amazing quest director. This I can tell you. He was an amazing quest director. Yeah. My chums, let me check in emails. Enola wrote, Pavel voices every sex scene in the game from both sides. Thank you, Enola. I really appreciate it. You know, like I'm definitely like trying to step up my female game. Tiny Mike to Big Pete. You're my bro, man. Please. I really need the scratch. Jesus, Mikey. What's wrong with you? How many times have you come to me for Eddies? Where the fuck does it all go? Maybe I'm your bro, but this time you ain't getting shit from me. Bro, come on, I really need it. I've been down on my luck lately and I know how to bounce back. I just need an itty-bitty loan for an investment last time, I swear. God damn it. Okay, and then Big Pete to Manny Squid. I got the most Nova, next-gen shit you will ever lay your eyes on, or most likely want. You will know what I mean when you take it off my hands to move. I need an answer quick, cause they're already snapping it at my heels. You in? Voice from Games. Hey, from Russian voice of V. Nice to see you, Pavel. And nice to see you, voice from Games. Pavel, who is this tiny Mike? He is tiny, and he's a Mike. I hope Pablo, that this is you know, and this is a valid and a precise description for you. Exit in the next level, Tiny Mike sounds like a stripper name. Oh God. Okay, sure. iMat official said how many times you done Cyberpunk. What do you mean, my friend? You mean like how many times I finished it? Well, I mean during development, many times. During actual stream and so on, not even once yet. You know, we are right now in 185 hours, like close to 80, close to 90, I think at this point. Ooh. Close to 190 at this point, I think. Ah, good. I got this nut ring. I don't even want to know what the hell that is. I fucking love world building in this game. It's so cool. Anyway, okay, chums. What are we gonna do? Well, let's find him. Oh, let's loot all that ammo first. Haha. Yes, that is it. Vote for your game is Hi Igor. Okay. I guess you guys know each other. That's nice. I want to play secondary missions of Cyberpunk. They are good, Genosoul asked. I mean, my friend, well, the, you know, side quests are incredibly important part of Cyberpunk, so I dare to say they're pretty good. You know, we put so much effort into this.
Look, don't shoot! And the rest of the crew?
Wouldn't count on it.
So I'm supposed to take the fall for a piece of shit jammer that don't even work?
What can I say? Bad luck.
Wait! Don't do it. I'll pay you in kiss and secret goodbye. You'll tell them you did the job and earn twice over.
What do you guys think about Big Pete? I'm supposed to neutralize him. I know you're broke.
Might have read a convo between you and your brother. No, you're flat broke.
That's old news. I'm flush now. Let me go and I'll prove it.
You guys are laughing because Big Pete is a stripper name too? I don't know. That dude is chill. Oh, is he? He doesn't look that chill.
What's the play here?
Okay, what are we doing, Chums? What are you doing, Chums? How do you feel about this? Just checking, are there any fucking hints? Okay, there's something here, but I can't grab it right now.
No can do. Sorry.
Oh shit,
Wanna go? Huh?
God damn it. Oh wow, he fights with knife with me.
God
God damn it! He is fucking strong. You bad person. Sorry. Okay. I mean, I didn't mean to... Cool. Cool. Okay. I didn't mean to cut his head, but, yeah, that was a melee fight, absolutely. Big Pete had a big knife, absolutely he had. I can clearly see that. You don't seem to mention Marcin Blacha in regards of expansion. Is he working on it at all? I mean, we talked about it in the past, that Marcin as a story director is our consultant for the story, so yes, he is, you know. It's just like Marcin has a specific role, right? Because he's a director, he's like overseeing high-level things and so on. He's working together with our, with Tomek Marchewka, our associate story director, right? But yes, he is. He is. It's just like, yeah, but as I mentioned, his role is a consultant basically, and he's very often with us. Take the Eddies. Well, I think it's too late. Oh, hello, hello, Cyber Lofty. Thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for the resub. Casually cut his head. We understand. Yeah, unfortunately, that happened. That was not really intentional. Yeah, exactly. He lost his head with this whole deal. Voice from Games wrote, "It's incredible game. I'm proud to be voice of V. Thanks for your work." Oh, really? That's amazing. Thank you so much. The heck? Thornton. Thank you so much, Voice for V, for being with us. Owner's manual. Okay, we fucking read that one already. My chums, let me actually check the computer. And the local network surveillance system. Okay, turn it off. That's fine. We're supposed to leave the area. Actually, I think we have kind of covered mostly. Boa shock. Didn't even know what I found. Pete. God damn it. This guy. Well, anyway. No check door? What door, Camille? Oh, this door. Ooh. Thanks, Camille. Holy hell, I would completely miss that. Interesting place. Oh, here's the exit thing, probably. Huh. Okay. Is there something interesting here to find still? Not really, doesn't seem so. It's just in a passage. It's just a passage, my chums. Anyway, really cool level design, I have to admit. So well done. Tell me, Dakota, did I do well?
Tough as nails, V. A warrior without mercy.
Yes.
Consider the contract fulfilled. Well done.
Oh, thank you. Dakota is really liking me, I think. Chums, how are you feeling about this? I think she really is, you know? I wanted to jump in because in gigs, we have this... we have still the... we still need to collect the reward. Oh, from a previous drop point, and it's actually really close. Wait, is that drop point? Wait, what? Okay, the GPS was just fucking confused for a bit. Let's go. Oh, hello, Connor. Great to have you with us. So, guys, Connor, as you probably know, he is our destruction artist. Connor was visiting us many times already. Great to have you with us, my friend. Hello, Rivia Wolf Edits. Great to have you with us as well. Reposting Revolver question. Why did you translate the main quest titles in Polish version of the game? As a result, players might not find out about this idea of the song titles of the quest, Camille Cesar wrote. I mean, we've been talking about it some time ago, actually, already, so I already answered this question. The reason for that is that, my dears, our writers had a separate, like, I would say, vision, I would call it, when it comes to cohesiveness of the idea, and that was basically the call of our writers at the time, to actually have not the song titles, because we would have to keep those song titles in English, right, in Polish version, and the call from our writers was to actually translate it, so that's why it was translated at the end. They preferred it like this, while our adaptation team actually for English really wanted to have the song titles. So that's basically the background. The background story of this whole thing. Ash K99 wrote, just started my second playthrough as a corpo this time. Thanks for all your hard work. Thank you so much, Ash, for playing the game. My friend, this is very nice. I really appreciate it. Wow, this fucking Wraiths radio is absolutely awful. I was not a fan of this screamo just a moment ago. I was like, what is happening? Well, no, I shouldn't probably... What is happening? Why this camera is treating me as hostile because I arrived with... because I arrived with the Wraiths car? Jesus Christ. Okay, Dakota, cool, tell me.
I said no unnecessary bloodshed. Did you forget? The job is done and shut, sure. You saved Bruce, but you could have been quieter about it. Until next time.
I mean... okay. I fucked up. I fucked up. God damn it. Okay. God damn it. I was so nice for Dakota. It's... yeah. Anyway, sorry. Okay. Well, that was actually quite funny, to be honest. That she congratulated me. I fucking destroyed everyone, and then she was pissed at me. Well, I mean, I appreciate, the reactiveness in the game. That's always really cool and really nice. It's actually... Grindera, these cameras are staying hostile after Panam Anders quest. Oh shit, Grindera, that's interesting. Okay, so that's I think it's simply a bug. This could be a holdover from when this was a mission location on MSC Ninja Road. Yeah, it seems so actually. It seems so. Did you ever read Cyberpunk fanfiction? I mean, I read a lot what people write, so I would say yes, but I still didn't check or didn't play the Cyberpunk, but I guess we know that the team decided to not continue the project with the Cyberpunk. So this, I would say, how do you call it, fanfic content I didn't read. Well, I would love to. And aside of that, I mean, I was reading and everything I saw or found. And I also, read all the comic books, from Cyberpunk. But of course, you cannot really treat them as fan fiction, obviously. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to check the messages from Dakota. Okay, that was the last contract you see from me, V. Thanks for everything. I'm glad our paths crossed, and I hope they'll again someday. I have a parting gift for you. It's already waiting for you in the garage. Take good care of her, and thank you for... and think of me when you get behind the wheel. Dakota? Safe travels, V. Dakota is being like... Think of me when you get behind the wheel? Okay. Anyway, she's like trying to... Yeah, hint things, I guess. Okay, anyhow. Maybe we have just unlocked the Dakota's romance. Did you see Flying Cars mod? Bubble Bison asks. Absolutely. I absolutely did. I didn't play with it, but of course, I've seen the videos of it. It looks really impressive, aside of course, the streaming issues in the city that it causes when you fly around with the car. But, I mean, it is what it is. I think for modders, it doesn't really matter. And that mod is amazing. I wonder if you see things that the modders are making. Of course. Of course I do. Like, I talked about it many times on the previous streams, my friend. Pablo said, Pavel, only the Polish version is unique. The other languages like German, Czech, Russian, they all have sound names. All other language versions, for example, refer to Chopin's Nocturnal and Hanako's Ember's Quest. Only the Polish version does not. In my opinion, this is a significant problem, oversight, rather than a conscious decision. No, Pablo, it wasn't an oversight. It wasn't an oversight, Pablo. It was an actual decision. We discussed it quite a bit. And again, like, I haven't been involved in the decision because this is something that our writers, it was a decision of our writing team, and so I don't know the reasoning, but it wasn't an oversight. Yeah, this is as much as I can add here because, like, I don't really know more over that, Like, definitely the topic has been brought up, more than once when we've been working on a game. If it should be like this or not, and so on. So that's why I know it's not the oversight. Oh, do we have the Pyramide song waiting still? We do. Buffalo Bison wrote, I wish I could add mods on the Series X. Game looks so good on the Series X. Oh, yeah. I know it does. I've seen it in the company, because I do not have myself any of the next-gen consoles. I only have powerful PC. But I've seen it run on next-gen consoles. It looks very similar how it looks on PC, with some exceptions. Okay, my dears, because we are here, I'm actually thinking like what we should do, because it would be great to get our reward. Maybe we should actually do that and like finish, because this will actually finish all our deals with Dakota. Completely, she's here. Yeah, exactly, 9 out of 9. So maybe let's drive through it and then we'll basically move back and see the rest. Great side quest in Juby. I'm glad you liked it. I was hoping to steal some cool cars, but not this time. Okay, let me actually, because last time we bought the Javelina. So, because I am playing as Nomad, by the way. So, as true Nomad, let's get the Javelina. Oh, it's here? Oh, wow. It literally spawned on the parking lot. Okay. Yes. This car is so fucking awesome. I remember, yeah, you guys advised me to buy it. I love it. What are your thoughts on modders being able to modify the world of Cyberpunk? I mean, you know, I would love them to be able to do that, like, you know, and build things. You know, I because like I am aware of modders being able to, like, you know, like mod cars, mod clothing. You know, I'm not sure if they can add like content per se. Not really, but still, I think it's amazing. You know. Something strange with the cars, just for a moment. What is happening? I literally turned because the GPS was showing me to turn. Should I turn actually here? I think I should, right? Because it's like towards the city. Yeah, exactly. I think this is closer. So yeah, I mean, I personally really love the work modders are doing. There's been like so many amazing things that have been made by the modders, and I fully support it. And we hire modders. Like I even tweeted 2 weeks ago about one of my new, one of my awesome open world designers, Kuba, who actually on Friday we promoted Kuba from junior to specialist already because he's doing great work. So, yep. And he is the, you know, guys, he's the director behind the Chronicles of Myrtana mod for Gothic 2, as probably some of you heard or seen my tweet. Jesus, dangerous fucking city. And people are driving, like, knocking those places off. Do you think the team is the best it's ever been in terms of talent? I mean, it is. Because the team right now has 60 people. At this point, and we have never had this many seniors as we have, or experts as we have right now in the team. And I'm here talking about mostly narrative department. I'm not that up to date when it comes to like all other departments in the whole studio, you know. So regarding this, I'm not really that. I'm not 100% sure how the situation looks there. Like definitely on the side of narrative, so quests, open world, cinematic department, writers, like those are the departments. Cinematic animation, those are the departments that probably have at this point like the most talent we ever had in the history of the studio. And I'm talking about the amount of people, but also about the quality, you know, the experience. Because like we have not, like in the narrative, we have lost almost no one after the release of Cyberpunk. Like almost everyone stayed, and I have even managed to hire a few great people, including Kuba that I mentioned, Kuba Tomczak from you know, the Chronicles of Myrtana, from Batuhan, you know, the new quest designer, Ian Lynch, the new quest designer. Oh fuck! I am innocent. Jesus Christ, I am innocent. No, just let me live. I am just passing by. I really didn't want to kill that person. Chat made me do it. Seriously, it's all like... The police can arrive to the Twitch chat, please. And just take care of the Twitch chat, please. I didn't do. I am absolutely innocent. I mean, seriously, they drive on the wrong side of the road, you know? After being in, you know, in Scotland so many times to see my dear girlfriend, you know, I drive left side nowadays. So, you know, this guy was clearly driving the wrong way. Anyway. Cyber Jesus, take the wheel. Okay, here you go, you know. I am just very calmly approaching the garage. Get your driving license at Pavo's driving school. Thank you, Chum. I appreciate it. Look at this, you know, this is how you drive in the garage. Into the garage, anyway. Okay, let's check this out, actually. Oh! Oh, that's Mackinaw? I think so, right? Huh. The Canadian friend, hello, nice to see you on the chat, my friend. I'm not going to read your nickname because it's not nice, I would say. It's actually interesting. What's your favorite quest in Cyberpunk? Oh god, that's like such a difficult question. Like I think I need to exclude my own quests, right? Answering this question, right? I need to exclude my own quests, right? Sawguard. Yeah, so if I actually exclude my own quests, it would be something between Pyramid Song, Dream On, Sinnerman. Like there's like so many actually. Like I really like the Skippy as well. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I would pick some of mine that I like, but if I can't, then damn. What the fuck? What a beast! Holy crap! This is actually pretty fucking insane. Damn. Okay. Okay, V, let's go. Let's drive over some noobs. It is similar to the war horse. Yeah, because I think I think it's called Sawguard. I think Sawguard and Warhorse are built on the same base, which is modded Mackinaw, isn't it? I think so, right? So that's why they would be similar. Also, like, isn't the beast from Claire also built? Is the beast from Claire also a modded Mackinaw? I think it is, right? Pyramid, Amra wrote Pyramid Song for me. My go-to desert car. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. I like it. Okay, okay, dears, my chums. We are actually moving closer and closer to 100% the content on the open world. I'm just thinking, where should we move now? Because we still have the chases. We still have Beast in Me to do. Sorry, Beat on the Brat and Beast in Me to do. There's this gig here in Pacifica that we didn't do. My chums, I'm just looking at the time because we have 1 hour to do. So you know what? Let's do it. You have a lot of money, buy something. I mean, we can buy next time, and let's do the Pyramid Song this time around. Okay, chums? How are you feeling about this? Let's do the Pyramid Song and talk about this quest. I think it will be. I love this quest. So, chums, Pyramid Song has been designed by Sarah Grimmer, my expert quest designer, and Magda Zich, a senior writer from the writing team. And those are 2 people, I think, main people that had an impact of the shape of this quest, how it looks like, how it plays out. Sarah is a very, very talented quest designer. She is with us since beginning of Witcher 3, I believe. So, like, I think she is like 9+ years right now, something like that. I think around 9 years right now. And Sarah is right now, actually, I mean, well, right now she's on vacation, but when she was not on vacation, she is working on the expansion for YouTube's. Yeah, she's one of my best designers. Very experienced person. God damn it! Okay, I'm back in the street. Sorry, troops. Okay, let's go. the quest just feels like written by a woman. Well, I mean, because it was. It was written by a woman, and I think the translation actually, so adaptation was done by Aniela Pramik, who's also female. So we had 3 women working on it, yeah. We had actually lots of quests, like majority of Judy's storyline and Evelyn's storyline has been designed by women. It was Sarah, Magda Zich, and Katarzyna Włodyka. Kasia has been a quest designer at the time on my team. So yeah, that was like, I think it was like primarily the whole storyline was just designed by a female team, and they did a really great job there. It was actually interesting that it like turned out like this, you know. Some of it were like our conscious choices to assign them to this content like this, but some of it turned out to be like that because they really wanted. And that's always like the best combination, you know, when the designers really want to actually do something like this. So yeah. Paweł, are you directing cinematic animation too? No. Cinematic animation is one of the departments of Paweł Mielniczuk. Paweł is an art director. Strategically, in majority of the game studios, cinematic animation department or animation department, if it's a one department, is something that is held normally by the... Oh? Can I actually... Oh shit, no! I was curious. Sorry, I was just curious, okay? I was simply curious. My curiosity was, okay, is the system intelligent enough to recognize that I don't have the ground under me, right? Because the thing is that normally when you like stand by the wall or something, I think we have it managed, you know. So when you leave the car, it is actually managed and it dismounts you properly as the player. But I was like, okay, do we take into account that the ground is missing under like fucking one wheel, and you literally like, if you get off the car, you will fall. So it was just my curiosity. Sorry. The intelligent too, intelligence at the second level at the point. Yeah. Pablo, can you please explain the differences between DLC and expansions in CDP wording, or people mistake those two terms with each other? Well, I mean, because, yeah, I know, because like in most places in the, I would say in gaming industry, the wording when someone says that it's a DLC, they also mean like downloadable content that is paid. While, you know, for us, wow, this is such an awesome location. While we are trying to, or at least since years, we are doing it like this, that basically the DLCs is everything that is like downloadable and for free, and expansions are something that is, you know, it's something that as a player you need to afford, you know, to play, because it's just but the explanation is it's a large amount of content, normally. At least this is how it's been always, right? And by answering your question, Camille, I'm trying not to hint really anything, because again, I was just commenting on how it was in the past, right? I don't want this to turn into a news, what I'm saying right now. So that's the difference, you know, like it's usually like just the size is the primary thing, you know? Like expansions for us are something that is worth, you know, it can be like charged, you know, it's something bigger, you know, it's not like, I don't know, additional car or additional, even like smaller content and so on. Let me look at this. Nassim Perlman is talking to Tucker Albach. Nassim Perlman. Yes, at your service. I heard I can count on you. that you are reliable. I wouldn't be in my position if I wouldn't. Good. I like you. You all take care of my car. In what way? The car has to disappear without a trace. Has to be absolutely unidentifiable. Do we understand each other? Yes, of course. I'll be there in an hour. Half an hour. Of course. Now I really like you. Damn. Holy shit. Okay, so that is the one. Ah, that's a similar model that we saw before. We got some grenades. What quests you have worked on? I did the pickup for prologue. I did the bullets, the minor quest about the Melissa Rory, the girl from the trailer. I did the and I did 6 quests, six side quests about Johnny Silverhand, the story of Kerry Eurodyne getting together with you know, with his crew. So like a Supreme, I did the Chipping In, I did Cool Metal Fire, and a few other Dancing with My Axe. So those are the quests that I did myself for the game. When it comes to Cyberpunk. Okay, my dears, because we actually have finally advanced, and I really need to like fucking move because like I really want to play the Pyramid song before we will finish the stream. So let me actually jump into the car and go, and I will distribute the points maybe on the next stream. We'll do that. Damn, this view. This looks so awesome. This is like one of the best fucking bridges in the game. Or like the dams. Okay. Let's meet Judy. It will be multiplayer in Cyberpunk. Jordanek asks. Well, Jordanek, I mean, it's a thing that I cannot speak about, you know, publicly, so I'm sorry, my friends, you know. I would love to talk to you guys about many things, but I can't, you know, they're under NDA, so, you know, and I think, frankly, it's probably better if they will stay like this, at least for some time, so that, you know, when the official information is shared, then we can talk about it. Okay, my chums, we are getting there. Jesus, so much fucking trash here. Look how atmospheric this location looks like. Like, of course, you know, everything that you see here has been done very deliberately, you know. The, you know, the place that we picked, you know, the trash here and so on, that is meant to contrast, you know, with what about we'll be talking about. Okay. We waited for Judy. Oh, and she arrived. Can you see her? Oh, small Sandayu, Kira. It's so amazing to have you, Kira. Look at this. We are playing actually Pyramid song. We will be playing. Let me save the game. Let us save the game, my chums. Ghastly asked if there will be more patches before the expansions. Ghastly, I cannot, because this is a thing that is under NDA, you know, and I know that I keep on repeating this NDA thing, bullshit, you know, that you guys probably hate, but that's reality, right? Like, I mean, I don't want to be recently fired quest director plays Cyberpunk. You know what's cool? Is like the fact, I don't know if you realize that, but if you use the zoom it actually uses, we have like specifically wrote the technology for it that like makes the sounds louder because you focus on it. You can hear it, right? Okay, chums, let's go. Judy's hair is so generic, Machiavelli wrote. It's not generic. What do you mean by generic, Machiavelli? Is that the generic hair for you?
Looking good.
Yeah. Now, look at the staging in this scene, you know? She basically recognized, you know, that they approached her and smoothly changed, you know, switched position.
Come on, gung-ho, onward.
And basically, when we were working on Cyberpunk, that was one of the things that we realized as a narrative department, which is that the poses are more important than gestures. You know, you can see it here that actually the poses are incredibly telling. That's why our most important characters, they do have a very unique poses. And if you examine all your favorite characters from Cyberpunk, you will see actually that they do have unique poses that they repeat, especially in the most important moments. And this is basically the way how we have been trying to depict her personality and the way she is and who she is through the animations and through her behavior.
Come on, gung-ho, onward.
Yeah. Jesus, her voiceover is so good. Damn it. Small Sandayo wrote, Kira wrote, I'm not totally biased towards this haircut. I'm not sure if you know, but Kira has that haircut, so I probably think I'm allowed to say it because like we could see it, Kira, on your Twitter and on your picture. Yeah, Carla Tassara's so good. She did like such an amazing job, Enola. I agree. Considering what we went through.
You mean, considering the shit we've been through?
Well, factor that in and you look fucking amazing.
That's cool. It's just so cool, you know, and so lively, you know, the way she speaks. And look how we have actually, throughout, you know, our work in like first-person storytelling, how we have actually done the close-ups, you know. The way we do them is like you as a player, you commit to the moment when you sit down next to someone. You take also a pose. You can see here, you know, V also has a pretty unique pose in the moment when she's sitting here right now, and also she gets closer to Judy in this case where we can almost have her on the close-up.
Any news from the Moxers? Events? Ideas?
No. Don't see all that much of them.
How come?
You know how they are. Piss me off sometimes is all.
Gutek asks if I would imagine leaving CD Projekt for any other company, what company that would be. I mean, I have to admit, Gutek, that I can't imagine
how you doing there?
Leaving CDPR. Like, I have been hired as an employee, number 86. I was 86th employee in the company. I remember because I asked the HR person that was like doing my onboarding and like
don't overthink this shit.
Welcomed me the first day, and I cannot imagine myself leaving. Also, like, because I've been here for almost 11 years now, and so many people in the narrative department I have hired, and I've been at least taking part in training, and in a way I treat this company as a part of me, you know, and I feel very, very attached, you know.
Come on, gung-ho, onward.
That's one thing. Second thing is, I just love things we do, you know. The games we build, the principles, you know, that the people here follow, you know, the principles of our board, you know, the way how they actually handled everything, you know, after the screw up with the release, they really, really, really try, you know, to make it right now. And seeing that, you know, the fact that they, you know, maybe there were some decisions that weren't great, but everyone was like, okay, we'll fucking do it, make it right, you know, now. This is like, you can see so much heart and soul and I would say like sustainability. Like this is like the way you build business and companies and studios to make it like really immortal, you know?
How you doing there?
You do not do it thinking about, you know, short-term goals. You do it building it for like really years ahead. And I really see it here. And it's really important for me. So I cannot imagine, you know, myself leaving, at least not in years, I would say. I do also feel that I have responsibility for the players and for my teams. Because like if I have hired certain people, you know, to the team and like trained them, I feel responsible for taking care of them. And making sure that they are taken care of, that they are trained, that, you know, that I have left things in a good shape.
Don't
I would say
overthink
that
this shit,
everything
huh?
is prepared well, you know. So, yeah, that's basically what I think. So I do not imagine myself leaving. And currently I'm not really seeing any studio that I would pick over CD Projekt. Like in the past, there were like maybe a few that I would consider like, yeah, maybe like at some point, I guess, you know, now it's like fading more and more and more, you know, because paradoxically, the screw up with a release and then everything, the patches, the expansion, and trying to really make it right is making me believe in the company even more than before. So yeah. That's basically my take, my friends. Eulepos Igis wrote, you are not helping yourself for the next salary talk with your boss.
How you doing there?
I mean, that's the thing, you know, I do not, you know, I do not think that, you know, that thing even would be taken into account, you know. Demonali said, that is cute. I wish I have such work. I mean, you know, I honestly think it's possible, you know, but it's just like, because that has to come from the inside, you know, I really believe in what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, you know, like I believe in the mission that we have and why we are building this. Anyway, my dears, let me play the game because I tried to answer. I just tried to answer a comment and went into preaching mode. We have 30 minutes to play the quest. We should manage, but let's go.
So what's the latest from Clouds? Know anything?
Nothing of any interest.
Got a new situation, and everybody's trying to adapt.
Me too.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like it's all okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it isn't.
Because you know... Yeah, I kind of screw up last time when we were like taking care of those fucking mafia bosses, right?
Come on, gung ho, onward.
Okay.
Something got you down all of a sudden?
No.
Judy?
Can we please not talk about Clouds, the Mox, or Arasaka and Militech?
I'm so bad in like flirting. Holy shit.
Rather not think about any of that today.
Okay.
Anything dark.
I'm so bad in flirting. I shouldn't be bringing this up, obviously, in the moment like this. Jesus.
So ready to tell me what we're doing here?
Well, been tinkering with virtues a lot lately and figured out a way to scroll 2 actors' experiences at the same time.
Oh, Jesus.
Thought we could try it out. If you're down, of course.
Yeah. And by the way, the quest and like the core of the quest and everything, that was like all Sarah's idea with Magda's dialogue. Like pretty much, like I
Don't overthink
personally,
this shit, huh?
I did like reviews of this quest, but that was it. Like it was, Sarah did such a fucking stellar job at this. Like, that's the thing. Sorry, I'm in my preaching mode again. You guys like opened the wrong door in my mind. But it's like, that's why hiring excellent people
How you doing
or like
there?
rather people with great potential is the most important thing. It's not the skill. You can teach the skill, you know? Like hiring for mindset and like the heart and the soul is the most important thing. And then taking care of the people in your team, you know? Like, for instance, me and Sarah, we are close friends, you know? We hang out on the weekends and so on. Because like
Don't
we
overthink
just
this
like
shit, huh?
being, you know, together talking about stuff. And if we hang out, we talk literally about design and games and the company, right? But that just makes us better, you know, because we just share things and just like we just learn, you know, from each other. Anyway, sorry, I'm moving on and play the game.
What do I gotta do?
You, my friend, are just gonna scroll me a virtue.
That's it.
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This could be my greatest work ever.
Okay. Okay, Judy.
How does
Or
one
rather, Juby.
marry two separate neural tracks?
Well, at first I tried to create a single profile out of 2 data streams. Didn't turn out so great.
Must have gotten tangled up. Interference, white noise.
Yeah, effect was kind of like a bad art house.
Okay.
A couple tries in, though, I managed to isolate specific sensations.
So you load them onto separate neural tracks. No emo bogies. Not bad.
Damn. Okay. Thanks to my engineering, thanks the fact that I'm like such a pro when it comes to engineering, I can talk
How you
to.
doing there?
I'm doing pretty fine. Thanks for asking.
Sounds like we could do this anywhere. Why did we come all the way out here? What is this place?
Cottage belonged to someone I knew. It sits empty now. I take the liberty to use it from time to time.
And that's where we're gonna scroll?
No, we're gonna scroll underwater.
Nope, no way. Bad idea. Tell her to find some other yes woman.
What do you say?
Johnny?
You in?
Thanks, Johnny, for fucking popping up, you party pooper.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. Don't like the idea, that's all. It's just, when I think about the dark, the deep, palms that I don't fucking have get clammy with sweat I don't secrete.
You're more than
That's such a good dialogue. Okay.
Hell yeah, I'm in.
Awesome. So, let's go. Got the hardware here.
Camille, we cannot screw Juby. Come on. Stop it. You know that she is an important part of our playthrough. We are playing a female V.
All right. Get that booty of yours suited up.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, it's so funny actually.
Do this often?
What? Make other girls put on skin-tight wetsuits?
Meant diving.
As often as I can.
You can see that, you know,
As for the rest,
Judy put her like
well.
flirtatious pants on.
I'm picky about my girls.
Machiavelli said, Juby has a flat ass. Machiavelli, what are your standards though? Because like...
So, you gonna suit up or what?
Why'd you choose this, of all places?
Why? Don't like it?
It's okay, but any special reason why you chose this one?
Of course there is. But you'll have to wait to find out what it is.
She is so secretive, you know? So secretive about all that thing. Comically
No
tight?
wetsuit, no dive.
What are you
Simple
guys
as
talking
that.
about? Okay. Neoprene diving suit from Judy. Okay, cool. Thanks, Judy.
Let's get this scroller on ya.
Oh, do I have it already on me? Oh, I do. Damn. The water's toxic?
Water's toxic, that not a problem?
Whole reason we're suiting up.
Okay, otherwise we would, like, swim naked.
Haven't even asked me if I know how to swim. Not worried I'll just sink to the bottom like a bag of rocks?
A bag of rocks? Come on, don't sell yourself short.
You can see that basically, as you said, like it was written by a woman, but you can also see that
Looks
how
pretty damn
flirtatious
fine in
Judy
that
is here.
You should see me in my Max Tech uniform.
God damn it.
Whoa, you have one?
Indeed I do. Won it in a bet. Still hangs in my closet waiting for the right occasion.
Huh. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah. Yes, Pinky Julian wrote by woman for woman. That is true. Okay, my friends. I mean, I could like add a lot of things here, but as you can see, basically the staging and the scenes and everything was written in a way that we want to start in your head thinking like, okay, this is like clearly a romance and like shit is gonna be fire soon, you know? Like this is basically, in layman words, what we want to make you think. This is why she stands like this, you know, with this,
not gonna pike out on me,
you know,
are you?
like that and so on. This is all, of course, conscious choices,
All right,
not accident.
let's do this. Whew, freezing ass water, here I come.
Okay, Judy.
Okay, we're all set.
Okay, she is
You go
like
first.
dive into the water. Okay, YouTube's ready. Holy shit. I meant to, yeah, okay.
Stay close behind me, and don't descend too fast.
Okay. Damn it. Ah, here you go. So I have her on my
Where
call.
are we headed? About halfway to the deepest point. It'll be pitch black, but the currents are gentle. Ought to be safe. Want the precise coordinates?
No, why bother? I'll just stick close to you.
Okie dokes.
Damn it. Seems like to you BD's more than about just making a living.
Virtues are more to you than just a way to churn out eddies, huh?
Well, duh. Think paintings, songs. They're meant to produce emotion responses.
Generally how any kind of creativity works, sure.
Right, so art's a casing, trigger for emotion. Well, BDs are emotion in near pure form.
That's the thing, you know, you guys know that for this quest we need to specifically like work on like diving for Judy and make sure that she actually can do what she's doing right now, you know. So that was something that I specifically had to like invest in, you know, in making when it comes to this quest to make sure that actually
Look straight at me, will you?
to make sure that actually we can even pull this off, you know. Like I'm talking about the technical level, you know.
Great. Signal's clear. Just need your help with a few basic checks.
And you can see here like the visualizer on UI, it's like specifically prepared, you know, to be like this.
Circle around me, swim.
Okay, circle around me, swim. Okay.
Great, motion calibrated. Now swim hither. Next up, sound check. I'm gonna hum a song. You give me the title. Read me?
Do you guys know what it is? Enjoying the view, stare at the booty? Yeah. That's the thing. You know, I remember when we were circulating and I was laughing with Sarah, you know, on that. You know, this was just like, we were like, you're consciously doing player do that, you know, and go over Judy. And it's like, yeah, because it's literally, you know, it's the romance, right? You're, as a player, you're supposed to start feeling this, you know? Like Judy is consciously doing this.
No idea what the song is, but I heard it. It goes something like...
USMC Ninja wrote, it's Bells of Laguna Band. We need horny jail for this chat? Oh, yes.
All right.
We need like, we need like, send a whole chat to Gulag, you know?
All right, that ought to do it. We are now.
Because the bonks are not enough.
Prepare to have your mind blown. Wait for it.
It's from a song, right? Yes, it is. Okay, my mind is blown. So she dropped those lighty thingies.
Now grab this and hold on tight.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's submerge my chums. Babsonowska, the chat needs Jesus, exactly, yeah. And here you can see, you know, we introduced this moment of like you actually like, you know, going slowly underwater as a player. Basically to just make sure that you will be actually there, and also
Impressive, huh?
and also as a way to like actually reveal the location, you know.
That's incredible. What is it?
Our very own Atlantis. Used to be called Laguna Bend. Just 15 years ago, people still lived here.
Yeah, here you go. Guys, yes, as I mentioned, just because I see Sapphire reacted saying, "Guys, please be civil in chat." I just wanted to mention the same thing. Like, if you argue, hey, just be very, very chill. You can argue as much as you want, just, you know, very calmly, and, you know, because, like, otherwise, you know, me, Sapphire, and others will have to, you know, ban people. So please. Okay, then, leaving that aside, let's focus on Judy, you know?
Yeah, I remember. NC Dam Limited made plans to build a dam. People protested, and the rest is history. Houses, playgrounds, all flooded.
What happens if you swim down here before the quest? I'm not sure, Ima TQI. Like, I don't think you can dive this deep, but I think you can visit this. And I'm not sure, I think Judy has a reaction if you have been before. I mean, managed to dive, but it's much darker because then you don't have those flares. Yeah, exactly. There's no light. Yeah, there's no flares because there's no Judy with you.
Connection to this place, right?
You got it. Grew up here. Haven't been back since Laguna Bend was wiped off the map.
Okay.
Why are you showing me this?
It's important to me. Got a feeling this will be perfect for my experiment.
Okay. This will be perfect for what exactly?
Why does this stand to be perfect?
Hoping you'll be able to pick up all the unfiltered mess of emotions this place brings out in me. Like it or not, you'll react to those feelings. That's what I want to capture.
And you can see basically like that through this quest, and it's just a simple trick, you know, that we have done many times. It just here is on many different
Ready
levels.
To wrestle with the demons of my past.
Yeah, because like basically the character is revealing something about herself, and every time when that happens, you always experience this sensation of actually like interacting with a real human being. It's a good movie.
Sounds Nova. Let's do this.
V just sounds like so
Played
operational.
This moment coming back so many times in my head. Taken me years. Working up the nerve for this.
Why didn't you come earlier?
Good question. Easy answer would be that I didn't have time. Gear, stars weren't ever aligned. Truth is, the very idea just felt weird. Besides, didn't want to come here alone. Or with some rando.
Yeah, and basically we just wanted to show you, you know, also like a part of a cyberpunk lore, you know, the fact that like, you know, part of this city, I would say, settlement, has been completely submerged in water.
Flo's Diner, best eatery in town? Only one at that, too. Burgers weren't amazing, too greasy. Big. Of course, I say that now. Back then, they were the best thing I'd ever chewed and swallowed. And next door, that's where we lived. Me and my grandparents. Just let me know when you want to forge ahead.
So let's actually check the optional clues. Who did this quest? Dinku asks. It was Sarah Grimmer, expert quest designer, and Magdalena Zich, a senior writer. Senior writer and expert quest designer. They did it together, and it's awesome. Okay, diner sign electronic, non-operational. Okay.
Looks like this fell off your one and only eatery.
Now, let's see. Childhood for you tasted like toasted marshmallows. They always caught fire, burned, but that never bothered you.
Yeah, it's like because I'm a nomad, right?
That's nomad life for you. Can't be a fussy eater or you'll get no food at all. Anyway, all kinds of food tastes better with just a little burn.
Yeah. So what did you guys like the most actually about this quest? You know, because like this quest, like every time when we do stuff like this, which is like really completely different than what we normally do, or how normally quests look like in the video games, it's always a risk, you know, and the risk is that sometimes players just don't get it, you know, or sometimes they don't get it because design is not good, right? And when we try something new, sometimes it just doesn't work, you know. And there are times when it actually works really well, you know. It's just that in this case, I think it worked, you know, because most of you actually quite like it. And I'm actually curious, like, what do you like here? Like, what is the most interesting for you? Grindera wrote no shots fired, no enemies, no action, and there's just you and Judy, and that's what matters. Yeah. Well said. Well said. Framed photo.
Weird place for a framed picture.
Water probably carried it out of someone's house. Anything to make out?
No, not much. Got something here. Looks like an old photo cam.
DPI 350. Practically an antique.
Yeah.
Like it?
You kidding? It's awesome.
I would love to have some more scuba missions. Gargarm 23 road. Yeah, I can understand that. Why, you know. You know what's interesting is like the clues that we are just checking. This is like a signature peak sort of. This is a signature implementation element actually from Sarah and her style, you know, like when you were actually in the Braindance studio, when we were going to find Evelyn, there was also lots of different clues to find that were telling the story. I really like that style. It's basically the way we kind of told stories in Old Witcher 3. And I really like that style. I also tend to add a lot of clues like this myself.
Hockey stick. Is there a skating rink here?
I wish. Played street hockey on rollerblades.
Quit schmoozing, Alvarez. We're losing because of you. Come in. You're dead meat anyway.
Yeah.
Go out with me. Sorry, gotta go. They're calling.
So you can see that here, there, you know, we are slowly starting to get, you know, the emotions, you know, from Judy and so on. Let's give her the camera.
Here, take this camera. Better off in your hands than sitting here collecting algae.
Gosh, thanks.
I was under the roof.
What about your parents?
Dad was never in the picture. Mom died when I was tiny. Can barely remember her. Still have her picture, but, you know, see a stranger there.
Judy, watch out for her cooties. She can't even afford to have parents.
Who's that? Those voices.
Voices? Didn't hear anything but you just now.
Yeah. So you can hear basically that we're slowly starting to read what has happened to her, what has been happening.
What was it like, living with your grandparents? How were they?
Granddad had a real knack for things technical, taught me everything I know. And the stories he told, never got bored listening to them. And Grandma was temperamental. Hot one second, cool as steel the next.
Yeah. So you can see actually the narrative trick that we have used here, that it's the very lengthy exposition about the character is actually stretched out in a way that part of it is dialogue, then you actually go in and dive deeper, and then you check the clues, and then you talk to her, and a lot of it is actually your own decision as a player. You don't have to check all of those things and talk with her and so on, but you can, right? And it actually makes you feel as a player that it's my decision, you know, that's my playthrough. I decided to actually pick those things, and I can also ignore it.
Where'd your grandparents go? Night City?
Yeah, for a couple years. Rented the unit that's mine now. But they hated the city. Moved up to Oregon. I still go and visit them sometimes.
Okay.
Let's keep going, Judy.
Aye, aye, Captain. Follow me.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
We're looking for anything in particular here?
Nah. Can't hurt to look around, though. Picking up very chill vibes. Feels like we're outside of time, like in a snow globe. After that, we can see what lies up ahead.
And you can see basically how we are actually trying to, you know, build and create an atmosphere here. You know, of course, you know, the visuals, the feeling of being actually underwater with her, you know, the post-process on her voice, you know, to make sure that it's like this. And then the Bells of Laguna band playing all the time, right? Just to be sure that you are in that atmosphere as a player, you know. Let's check the car. Rundown car, Chevillan, broken down.
I gotta say, don't really get why they left their wheels behind when they had to evacuate.
Hey, how old do you think I am? These hunks of metal have got half a century on them. When I was about yay high, they were already here. And not in much better shape. It's good cover for playing Max Tack and Psychos, though.
Thank you so much, USMC Ninja, for gifting the subs to Nocturne and then to King Levy. It's really appreciated. Thank you so much, my friend. My friends, let me actually, because I am trying to look for clues, but I don't remember exactly what other clues we had here. Oh yes, the umbrella, exactly.
I'd imagine anything that could be more out of place in an underwater world.
Bottled water?
Touché, Judy, touché.
Bottled water, okay.
This isn't yours?
Poor thing. Been here all alone for 20 years.
So it is yours?
No. It was Jenny Chapman's.
And you can start hearing them again.
You took her doll?
As if. Hid it. I was a monster.
You hid it? Why?
'Cause I thought only losers played with dolls. What I really wanted was for her to notice me. Ah, the days when dolls were just kids' toys and nothing else.
Yeah. And you can see actually, you know, like here, how what kind of like an interesting loop and, you know, some kind of a bracket, you know, narrative bracket here is constructed. You know, the fact that you find a doll and she references to it saying like the times when the dolls were just toys were so much simpler, you know, because we have just played before, you know, in her storyline, the situation when you had actual dolls.
Holler if you want to keep on moving. From
Mox, right? So that's the way how, you know, Sarah and Magda found a way, you know, how to tie up those things together. Let's go, Judy.
Want to see what's further on?
Come on, then. Want to show you something. Got no idea how weird it feels swimming through here.
Where you used to run as a kid. Where daily life grinded along. Can imagine it a bit.
Oh, yes.
Church hasn't aged at all. Always looked old and like it had landed here from outer space.
Looted the ashtray.
Bells were cracked too. I gave up. of this eerie, atonal clang. Weird, I had no memory of that seconds ago. Now I can almost hear them.
Yeah. I think I hear them
I don't know
too.
how it's possible, but I think I hear those bells too.
Yeah.
Seriously? You can hear my memories? It must be a side effect.
That's why, you know, we have created this whole thing with the text, so actually you can hear her memories to feel this
Good luck
character
for
in a
another
different
one
way.
inside.
Be my guest.
Yeah. And you know, it's a bit
You like
obvious,
going to this church?
you know.
Never actually went to church. Never even really paid attention to it. It was just there, you know? Once we knew Laguna Bend was to be flooded, people gathered here to plan a protest.
Yeah.
Did it achieve anything?
Look around.
Yeah, I guess it didn't really achieve anything, you know. Look a path into the church. You can actually... Oh, I can't save right now? Oh, that is actually unfortunate, because, like, I really don't want to rush this, but we are, like, almost at the time of playing the
Found
quest.
an opening. Think we're safe to go through here.
I hope I will be able to save
Found a
soon.
way in, through the roof. Snuck in here once when no one was around.
Yeah. And you can see, like, exploring together with her, it has this incredible charm.
Looking at all those people. Back then, I wondered how he could read people's thoughts and know everything about them. And I screamed at the top of my lungs to check the acoustics.
Didn't get chased off?
Ran out myself. Echo I got back scared me to the bejesus
Oh.
out of me. Thought it was that crush I had on Jenny Chapman. All that guilt I tried yelling out. Just flew right back in my face.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, the question is how toxic is the water. We'll talk about it in a moment. Yeah, you can see here how that moment was built, you know.
You're alive.
You know, so that because we really wanted to show, you know, that something is happening and remind V about the remind the player about the sickness, but also make it like really obvious for Judy that actually V is sick, you know, because this quest has been a bit about, you know, Judy sharing things about her so far, you know.
What happened?
You passed out.
Yeah. Come, little Johnny told you to. Yeah,
How'd you
he
manage
did,
to lift me
yeah.
out?
Dunno, didn't think about it. Just did what I had to do. Hey, careful, easy now.
So, you're saying you saved my life. Thank you.
Told you diving into this toxic waste was gonna end badly. But you just don't fucking listen.
Toxic waste? Is that your construct?
Oh, you heard him? That's actually, you know, it's actually such a cool moment, you know, because we are hooked with Judy and we feel each other. Then this actually makes sense, right?
You heard him?
Heard's overstating. It's just surfaced in my head. A thought that wasn't mine or completely yours.
Yeah, Johnny's kind of right. I mean, seriously.
Please just ignore his babbling. It's a complicated relationship.
Why do I even bother?
Doubt you should go back to the city just now. I'm pretty beat too. Last thing I want to do is drive. Let's stay the night. What do you think?
I think it makes sense. Stay where exactly? Okay, I'll just...
Stay where exactly? Are we gonna camp on the shore?
Nope. There. Our cottage for the day. How about it?
Let's go! Johnny the cog blocker, the nerf. Oh god.
Why the hell not?
Okay.
Whose cottage is that then? You said you knew the owner.
One of our neighbors was hell-bent on staying in Laguna Bend. Badges literally dragged him out of his house before the water came in. So he built himself another house as close as he possibly could, but then he got sick. Water was way more toxic back then.
Okay. Can I save the game now? Yes, I can. Okay, my dears, I think we are going to finish here. We are exactly on time. And this is a perfect moment. Yeah, I realized I can save now. And this is a perfect moment because I didn't want to rush anything, but I don't want to rush this moment that will be with us and so on, because I want to talk about it much more next time when we are going to play. Pavel the Cult Blocker. Oh, God. We have to wait a week. I mean, my friend, you know, I had to wait like 4.5 years to show you the game, you know, when we were working on it. So, anyway, I think that this is where we are going to finish because I don't want to break this moment and so on. There was like so many things here to unpack. And as you could see, like we have built it in a way that there is like literally nothing, you know, in this quest when it comes to actual gameplay. Like the gameplay is just you swimming around, checking clues and talking to her, you know, that was really everything. So, and that was pretty much lengthy exposition only of the characters. So we were basically just showing you who she is. But Sarah and Magda found a really unusual and I would say original way, you know, how to do so. Now, my dears, let me actually switch to this and I will now play some cyberpunk music because why not? Maybe something that something good for the end because now why not? I think we are in the mood for some banger. So why not? Why not to do it? We played already outside it, and I think this one is actually better, you know, for the ending. Cybervesna Road, I want to mention body language, since you talked about poses. It is incredible how much you can read the poses. Sometimes face will tell you the thing, but then the body will betray true intentions, and it's crazy how amazingly it's done in Cyberpunk. There's a whole other story told by characters, if you pay attention to look at them. There are literally layers to unfold. Just my few cents for appreciation of how masterfully crafted storytelling is that goes beyond words. That is the work of our cinematic animation team led by Maciej Pietras. And we literally paid attention to this. There's a canvas with two faces of fallen angels who loved and lost. Thank you so much, my dears, for being here today with me. It was amazing to play with you, as always. And I had actually a lot of fun. Thank you, my dear Sapphire, for being here with us and modding and helping. Thank you so much, Ayana, our UI producer. Thank you, Chivok, our customer support engineer. Thank you, Small Sandayu. Thank you, Kira, our in-game photographer. Thank you, Mazi, our QA lead. And everyone else from the Red team. Thank you, Connor, our destruction artist. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. And we are going to see each other in a week when we are going to continue playing. I know that I see your comment, Machiavelli. I will be answering all the questions as always. I was focused on playing because I just didn't want to finish exploration with Judy in the middle, you know. Had to focus on the game a bit more. But we'll answer more questions as always when we will move forward, you know. Same as I always do. Thank you so much, my dears. Have a fantastic next week. And we are going to see you in a week from now. Have an amazing rest of the day and see you, my dears. Bye-bye.